the balance we've seen in this tournament, it has just been terrific. We're going to have one more game after this, which, of course, is the boys' Quad A championship to cap off these 3 days of championships here at Giant Center. Well, a terrific morning crowd already in place. There'll be more coming in for the Quad A boys game, and we get set for the playing of our national anthem. Wonderful rendition of our national anthem, and we get set for the opening tip-off. Guys, let's talk about the keys to this game and what it's going to take for each team to win.
I think for Susquehannock, they come at you constantly from so many different positions, but keeping really Wagner and Drook under control and keeping them somewhere around 20 points instead of the 27 that they're at is going to be key this afternoon, or actually this morning. I keep on saying we have brunch here this morning for the Mustangs.
Look at the West Perry huddle, and their coach is Scott Moyer. Charlie, your thoughts on the keys to this victory here for either team today?
West Perry, unlike last night when we saw Dover, they kind of had we got here, a lot of steam out of us, beating some big teams to get here. West Perry has to be able to keep on this run of going through your Paul Myers, your Lancaster Catholics, and now an experienced returning district entrant from last year. They were runner-ups, is Susquehannock, to be able to beat them. It's going to be tough, but West Perry's going to have to figure out a way to get somebody else involved, because Susquehannock's not going to allow Meg Smith just to have her way.
Well, we've shown Meg Smith a lot on ABC 27 Sports, called her name out a whole lot during this tournament. West Perry in the green, Susquehannock in their white with red trim, and we are underway with the girls' AAA championship, and Caitlin Lavenberg gets the tip, and we're underway. Erica Heil out front. Meg Smith, good ball movement.
You immediately see, Greg and Gary, a double team coming as soon as Meg even thinks about trying to go to the basket.
Like there.
Well, she's a volleyball champion. She can jump, so it's going to be hard to handle that one.
First basket of the game, less than a minute in. Susquehannock out of the York Adams League. They're down by the Maryland line, Glen Rock, Pennsylvania. Mackenzie Fatchner has it knocked away and stayed on that end.
I had the pleasure to coach in the last district championship team that Susquehannock had in basketball, was boys basketball back in 1982. We had a guy named Brian Palmer that you remember. He was 6'11", went to Maryland, and we ended up beating Warwick 63-42 in the final at the Farm Show.
Gary, your resume keeps growing every broadcast.
No, it just happens to be in the right place at the right time.
Can I just get a sheet of paper so I can look off of it?
Well, I'll tell you what, getting to a district championship over at the Farm Show is fun, because you had that, you talk about being distant from the fans, you ran like 50 yards out there on a piece of wood to get to the court.
That was, I tell people that story. They say, hey, you know, they used to play the district championships in the Farm Show. They're like, what? That wasn't at Hershey Park Arena. I remember those early games here.
I remember playing against Wilson in the Farm Show before they stopped out. Oh, look at this.
Megan Smith, the baseball pass. That is a touchdown.
they came out here, Susquehanna Lady Warriors, to shut her down, and all of a sudden it's 4-0 Meg Smith.
Taken away by Abby Barnhart, and she will draw the foul.
You're going to see a whole nother dimension to the game when Gracie Stauffer walks in. You're going to see Meg Smith become more of a two-guard when Gracie Stauffer man the paint.
Abby Barnhart goes to the line for Susquehanna. Big crowd here. It's nice. 11:15 in the morning. Usually just getting up.
You've heard of breakfast at Wimbledon. How about brunch at Hirsch?
Perfect. 4-1. Just over a minute and a half gone by. First quarter, girls AAA championship game. Kicked away, and Kate Wagner called for kicking the ball, and it will be right in front of us. There's our broadcast location. Look, I'm waving and being on TV there. Madison Urich bringing it up for West Perry. Lavenberg's got to find somebody. Urich couldn't find the handle. Here come the Warriors. Kate Wagner. Nice give and go.
Well, that is just drawn up the way you'd want to have it. Just back and forth, and then finally the easy bucket by Wagner. Wagner will be staying at York next year. She'll be playing at York College.
That's a great opportunity at York College, I'll tell you.
Watch the break there. Nice give and go, and Kate Wagner caps off that quick turnover run. Megan Smith has it batted away. Quick hands by the Warriors, forcing two quick turnovers, but taken right back by West Perry. Nice control by Smith. Can she get a second, maybe a third shot at it? Through the foul.
Well, that's a good call because they rewarded the rebounder, and that was the third time.
Once, twice, and then there you go.
Todd had a good look at that. Todd, your thoughts? What's that banging look like down there?
I tell you what, for Megan Smith to even keep her composure, she got hit 3-4 hard times. This is a game with high caliber, and I heard mention the crowd. This is really packed in here right now for AAA in the middle.
It will be a jump. It is a jump. It'll stay down that end.
You're reminded when you watch the Susquehanna girls trying to kind of tip it back up there that they have a great volleyball program, a couple state championships over the last 10 years, and they're all
for Susquehanna, but they get the rebound right back. Nice work to Druck. Nice rebound and getting the roll right there. Ashley Stone. And it cuts the lead to 2.
Ashley Stone has been really the difference so far. Stayed on that glass. Here comes Smith again.
Look at the control by Megan Smith. Still almost got a shot off out of all that.
Well, and she's so athletic, and this is what I mean by the most versatile player in the mid-state. She's altered 3 or 4 shots already. She's blocked some shots. She's gotten several rebounds, probably 5 or 6. I'm going to check with my stat guy here. And look at that. You got to smack her in the face to stop her going to the basket.
That's what happened there. Todd, I'm going to think maybe you want to head over to the that Susquehanna student section. There's some colorful costumes over there.
Oh, yes. We have Batman. We have Sergeant Slaughter. I don't know what that sergeant guy is. SpongeBob. And somebody's wearing a sombrero. You think that's indication of warm weather coming, Greg Mace?
Soon, right after the 12 inches of snow we get on Sunday.
We used to have a kid. I taught at Susquehanna for 25 years, and we had a kid that came in. His name was Chris Carpenter, and he would come in every night as the Grim Reaper. And they kind of didn't like that. He used to hide in the lockers after school, and then he'd come out in full regalia, come into the games as the Grim Reaper every night.
I'm gonna guess that wouldn't fly today.
Probably not a real good idea today.
Yeah. Here's the point guard in Meg Smith. We're talking about the versatility. I mean, you gotta do everything you can to stop Meg Smith.
Tell you, the key in this game so far is West Perry is running, Susquehanna is not. West Perry is taking every opportunity to beat Susquehanna back down the floor, and they're having great success with it, especially getting your best player out there leading the charge.
Jessica Voltaggio coming into the game for Susquehanna. West Perry will trigger it in. Final 19 seconds, and we've got an immediate whistle. Go back the other way.
That's a call on Smith. Probably be a good time for Coach.
I like the match there by both coaches. You got Stauffer in there at 6'3", and so immediately Coach Schreiner gets Vataggio in there at 6 feet to get the matchup.
Susquehannock will come up with a chance to cut it to one or tie it up. Druck trying to get off the pass and does. Fancher tied up, still in the lane. We'll have a jump ball with a 1/10 of a second left.
You know, it's something really interesting. When you give the ball to a big girl in the middle, you want to make sure that you've already got her in a position where she can score without having to put the ball on the floor. Right there, Vataggio gets it, and everybody collapses, and she doesn't have any options.
End of 1 quarter of play in the girls' AAA championship. West Perry 14, Susquehannock 11. We're live from Giant Center here on ABC 27. Pac Financial is helping local families build, manage, and protect their portfolios. Call Steve Marazzo to set up a free, no-obligation consultation. Call Steve at 564-6400, and you can receive a free $50 Giant gift card at the appointment. Team Pennsylvania is a high-level AAU boys showcase program. They're trying out sophomores and juniors this coming Sunday. For more information, go to advancedhoops.com. Mr. PA and Miss PA coming to the state of Pennsylvania this spring. 40 players will be nominated by fans, and we'll narrow it to 5. You can vote at pabball.com. Central Pennsylvania Basketball Officials Association sponsoring the Mid-Penn Conference All-Star Games. They'll take place March 24th at East Pennsboro High School, a great tradition of All-Star Games in Central Pennsylvania. And our Giant student section, Todd McCall.
Thank you, Greg Mace. I'm here with Susquehannock, and look at him. We got Robin, we've got SpongeBob, we've got the Sombrero Girl, we got Batman. But right now, I don't know if I can hear him yet. Let's see. The Giant food section has been on fire every single night in the district championship. Greg?
Todd, thanks. A lot of great student support throughout this District 3 tournament, as always. And really, these student sections take great pride in kind of outdoing each other. Had some contests. PennLives.com sponsored one. We had our own student sections going at it on High School Sports Live. First quarter from the field. Susquehannock 4 of 19. West Perry 6 of 9. But it's Susquehannock with a 3-point advantage.
This little offense you see running here is called a flex, and we'll explain that. It's a baseline screen, and then you get a down screen. So it's just kind of a continuity offense. Goes side to side. Gets a lot of people moving, a lot of people handling the basketball.
West Perry with a 3-point advantage. I'm telling you, it's early. Fancher to Druck, cross court. Lebo. Rebound West Perry.
Again, Gracie Stauffer just being in the game allows Meg Smith now to play point guard. Gary, I mean, you've coached a long time. Have you seen many girls that when they get a sub, they just go right to point from the 5?
Not that often. Not that often. But I think when you have a girl like Meg Smith, you also have a girl that has all kinds of different assorted abilities. And so how many times also can you get a girl out there that has the size of a Meg Smith at 5'11", looking out over the guard that's got a guard her?
Watch it underneath. Rebound goes to the Warriors. Marilee Lebo. Druck for 3. Got her own rebound. Follow your shots, kids. Always pays off.
You know, it's interesting. I know Charlie is a great shot doctor, but I love to watch shots. And you take a look at the number of shots that Susquehannock has missed this half off the front of the iron for their long shots. Not one has been long. They've all been short, which tells you a little something again about that background that you're shooting at.
Well, on Holy Cross bound Shannon Druck, heck of a player. And I think the fact how strong she is what these Division I schools like, that physical. Because you take a pounding at the next level. Meg Smith has chosen to play for Tom McConnell at IUP after being courted by 12 to 15 D1s throughout the different process. But at the end of the day, she kept gravitating to Coach McConnell and a few of the PSACs who felt a little closer to home, I think, for the family. And a lot of kids make those decisions that way.
Chance for your parents and friends and family to actually drive and see almost all of your games. So that is a big factor in recruiting.
Another thing, too, is sometimes you go sit on the bench in a Division I program and say, yeah, I went to a Division I program, I'm not playing that much, and you get a chance to play a Division II, and that's a lot more fun. Well, Division II is a high quality of basketball, too.
Out of all that, Susquehannock basketball down 2 early part of the second quarter. We'll have the boys Quad A championship to follow this one here on ABC 27. York and Cedar Crest. Getting the wide open shot again is Mallory Lebo, and she couldn't get it to fall, and Megan Smith scrambles out with a rebound. Nice cut. Madison Urick, her 6-point.
Urick is that player that a lot of people are talking about. She brings something else to the table for West Perry.
The fans behind us did not like the call.
You know, it's interesting so far for West Perry. That 2 players have scored, Urick and Smith. That's it.
Yeah, Urick's got 6 and Smith has 10, and that adds up to 16.
Well, and Smith had 30 of the last 49. She had 28 of the 45 against Paul Meyer. It's been working for him to this point. 30 and 28, man. You know, we got to talk a little bit about Coach Scott Moore. We saw them early in the season lose. Susquehanna is a very good team, but we saw them not functioning on all cylinders. And there's probably a lot of contributing factors, maybe the freshman trying to fit her into the equation, but Coach Scott Moore has done an exemplary job.
Jessica Voltaggio, her first 2 points, and it cuts the lead to 2. Megan Smith with great court awareness, as you can clearly see.
Maddie Urick is wide open down court. Everybody lost track of her. The fans are saying, she's open. She was so open, you didn't even know she was open.
Look at that shot inside. Megan Smith again. Megan Smith has 12.
Well, she's like Jordan. She'll take you out top. She'll post you up and do the fadeaway. I think we're going to see a 3-ball before the end of the night.
Same thing.
And Druck's not off tonight, guys. She's not off. She has number 4 and number 33. Long arms and lanky athleticism altering that shot every time. I just want to point that out.
That's a great point, Charlie, because she's just rushing a little bit every time and being guarded very, very well.
Susquehannock down 4 with a basketball, coming up to the midway point of the second quarter.
For kids at home working on their shooting and they want to say, hey, I want to play at the next level, if your release is not quick, you can have a great shot. You can make 10 for 10 from 3 and never get a chance to play college basketball.
Fancher didn't get the roll, and here come the Mustangs.
They got numbers.
Urick. And it's going back the other way.
You know, it's interesting, though. The battle of transition is always the battle you want to win in any basketball game. It's not just offensive transition, it's defensive transition. While West Perry's winning the offensive transition battle, Susquehannock is not getting back that quickly.
Miss.
Yeah, because when they break that press, it looks wide open on the other end. Todd, is that what you're saying?
Well, it does. It does look wide open. But you know what? I'm just sitting here courtside, just hearing. I like to take in what people are talking about. They're amazed at the fact that Megan Smith, as you guys said, goes to the point, then comes inside, does a nice double pump move, and seems to just elevate over people right now. And I think I've said this, the girls' game, I've just grown such appreciation the last 3 years in high school sports life of the girls' basketball game. Fundamentally sound girls playing this game now.
Well, so far, a terrifically competitive and really kind of entertainingly fun game to watch. West Perry wants to take a timeout. 18-15 West Perry. 3:45 left in the second quarter. High School Sports Live continues from Hershey on ABC 27. Look at the West Perry cheerleaders here on the Giant Center court. It's a great atmosphere and a lot of fun, much like it was for many, many years at the old Hershey Park Arena, and before that, the Farm Show. And now Giants Center, home to not only the district basketball championships, but we're glad the states are back here for our purposes as well.
Yeah, it's really interesting to go back here now. But there you see the long shot again from the outside, not going to go. And watch Megan Smith. She has just been all over the place.
And we talk about points in the paint, and they've done this effectively. West Perry 7 of 10, Susquehanna 4 of 10 for points in the paint in the lane.
You know, I've been surprised that Susquehanna has given Megan Smith as much room as they have so far to really make some moves. Take a look. They're not really forcing her to do much of anything. She can pass, look over people, go back door like that.
Almost fell, but Voltaggio was there for the rebound. Little walk.
You know, he said something interesting though, Greg, and I mean, no matter where you play, whether it's a farm show, which was a lot of fun to play, and I've had a chance to be at all three places, and the old arena, and of course this place, you know, kids just, you know, the fact that you're going to those places with so many people, more people you've seen happen, be at a game all year long, is just an incredible feeling.
I want everybody to listen to this at home. I want you guys to listen to this. Meg Smith, with halfway to go in the second quarter, has 12.7 rebounds, 2 steals, 2 blocks, and 2 assists.
And again, we're in the second quarter.
We're only a quarter and a half into the game.
I'm tired just hearing those numbers.
And she hasn't come out yet.
That's a good point. She's played every minute.
Thanks to Travis Sparks, our stats guy. He's on top of it.
You guys, as I take this game in, and we've talked about the hustle in District 3. We've seen a lot of hustle. This game in particular, for 11 o'clock game, I always felt it as a coach, it's a weird start, but it isn't affecting their hustle at all. I don't know what they had for brunch, Gary, but both teams are giving it all right now.
We're going to do a special stat line on Meg Smith as we follow the game to see if this pace continues.
You guys ever have to play in the morning? Anybody here?
No.
Okay. Charlie, you ever play in the morning?
No, thank goodness no.
And I think playing in the morning is like trying to sing in the morning. You just don't do it, right?
And in 35 years, I've been on our noon show twice.
I am impressed how West Perry knows how to get the other teammates involved and still allow a big score, allow the lopsided scoring. But that passing and the way they're breaking the press, Coach Scott Moore, they prepared well for this.
There you saw Dave Schreider on the other side for Susquehanna, who has just done a fabulous job at Susquehanna the last couple of years, getting a co-championship of the Division II this year with Dover, who was here last night.
You guys, I want to talk, Coach, if we can. You know, one of the things I think that I would do, my adjustment at halftime on Meg Smith would, I think you got to box and one her. I don't even think you can let her catch right now if you want to get the goal tonight.
Her team leads by 2. And they've got the basketball right back. Emma Harris going to be tied up, but a foul be called against Mackenzie Fancher.
You know, and even though the Lady Warriors are down 2, it still seems like this is an even game. You know, it's not. And Susquehanna has a lot of tools, like you said earlier, Gary. So West Perry is still holding serve. I just keep holding my breath for him, though.
She's taking a baseline, but kicking it right back out.
This is.
And Smith go to the line.
I think the other stat it's going to be hard to figure out is how many fouls she's putting on people. I mean, she drives baseline, kicks it out, reposts up, asks for the ball on the post. This is like Magic Johnson-like.
This is a different West Perry team than we saw before. They really come at you more now. I thought they were rather docile the first time we saw them offensively, and now every time they're looking to make some kind of scoring move toward you, and Smith is really involved in it much more than I thought she was the last time we saw her play, Charlie.
I had a chance to be a part of her experience over the summer and see her play against 30 high-level AAU teams, and this is the way she played all summer long, and this is why she got her scholarship. So I'm just glad to see her playing in a setting where she can do all that and show all that.
Our Highmark halftime report coming up. We'll talk with Chris Hopkins of the Sentinel. Take a look at our stats and halftime highlights. Another game to follow after this one, the boys Quad A game between York and Cedar Crest. But this has been a terrifically played game. Here's Madison Urich taking it right up, and she has got 8 points.
Well, I just like the way she plays. She is really heady, manages to get the ball to her hip that time and keep it away from the defender, and then find a way to kind of twirl it up there.
That's another foul on Gettysburg. Or, I'm sorry, I saw the Warriors and I called them Gettysburg. I mean Susquehanna. All the 50-50 ball fouls are going West Perry's way, so they need to really ride that momentum in the halftime. I think it's important for West Perry to have a bigger lead coming out, coming into the first half.
Susquehanna is a place that has Shrewsbury, New Freedom, and Glen Rock all together. And you know, one of the interesting things over the years, we had a chance one time when I was on the boys team coaching. I helped the team that a guy named Randy Edsel played on, and we went to States that year. And on the way up, we stopped along the way just to take a break. We went up to Scranton to play in the Catholic Center up there. And we stopped, and I remember we get out of the bus, and this guy comes over to Randy, and he says, and Randy, by the way, now is the head football coach at the University of Maryland. He said to Randy, where are you guys from? He goes, Glen Rock. He said, what's it near? He goes, New Freedom.
Thanks, Randy.
Big help.
You're talking about the head coach for Maryland football, right?
Exactly.
Yeah. Gary, I sat with him at a luncheon for the Mr. PA football a few weeks ago. What a heck of a guy.
Yeah.
Gary, he didn't talk about you.
No, I had him as a student at one point in time.
You know, that was a huge play for West Perry because Meg Smith could have got called for a foul there. Now she's going to go into halftime most likely with only one foul. They caught a break there. Her going in with 2 would have been a little touchy.
And they've opened the lead up to 6 here as we close out the first half. Each team with 10 turnovers. The Warriors crowd up on their feet last minute. They let the kids stand up in the last minute of each quarter, or each half, I should say. There's Megan Smith inside, and Meg Smith has 14 points.
She has dominated. I mean, dominated.
It was a nice set piece there. She passed it over, went and got it, and then gave it back and rolled to the basket. Beautiful call.
She has reached what we call playoff maturity. That's what's happening now. When I said boxing 1, let me even talk triangle 2 a little bit. Maybe total deny on Uric and Megan Smith might be your option.
That was a tough fall.
Scrappy inside.
And guys, when I tell you Meg Smith had Cornell, Canisius, Niagara, schools begging for her to be open to the Division I experience. LaSalle at one point. I mean, but she knows where she's homegrown. She's West Perry. It's my family. I'm not into all that. I just want to play ball. And Tom McConnell struck a great chord with her from IUP.
We saw her coach there a moment ago, Scott Boyer, 490 and 210 over 27 seasons. Not a bad body of work.
I'm amazed with her touch. Guys, have you seen touch this good on a young lady in a long time?
I think she's getting a little tired.
One more crack at it.
That's a good no call.
Susquehanna will break out with one chance to put 2 more or 3 more on the board. Final seconds of the half. Druck kicking it out. Wagner. Rebound, end of the half. Well played. A lot of fun to watch. West Perry heads to the locker room of the AAA championship game up 26-17. When we come back, our Highmark halftime report. First, an inside look at advanced hoops with Todd McCall and Charlie.
Charlie, you played Division I basketball, and I noticed you picked the warmer climates to play your college basketball career.
That's where the Carolina Blue comes.
That's right. So you're playing Division I basketball. You go on to be a coach, but you also played in the NBA Developmental League, and I remember many times here in the area, in the Harrisburg Hammerheads that you played for. But more importantly, Charlie, you're a family man. Family comes first. When did you sit down with your family and envision that this Advanced Hoops going on to be 13 years, 1,000 players, 36 AAU teams, and the development of players, both character and I would say offensively, defensively?
Actually, it wasn't until about 2005, 2006 that I actually realized, you know, I can do this full time. I was actually 4 or 5 years into developing the program, Advanced Hoops. I was still working toward coaching at a high school. I assisted at Central Dauphin and I was assistant coach at Penn State Harrisburg under Kurt Ream. So I stayed involved in the game. But basically, the game is all about mentorship, not just coaches to players, but other coaches to other coaches. And a coach who's currently coaching this area that I have a lot of respect for is talking to him about coaching at a local high school, applying for a local job. And he said, I don't know why you would do that. He said, because you're in a great position right now in influencing kids from all schools all over the region. And he says, guys like me envy that. We would like to have that influence, and that seems to fit more your gift areas, Charlie. And the day that coach, who I look up to a lot, made that statement, he has over 500 plus wins, it hit me that he's right. I don't have to be another coach that needs to win a conference or win a league. But I'm winning by using my gifts. I'm teaching a kid how to shoot a ball. The triple threat, which is a staple of my teaching and my game and players I've coached. Just to have a program like this for the area, there's some significance in that. And that day, I think I fell into some peace. It fit my family dynamic. We have 6 kids. I want to spend time with them. A lot of people don't know that. I got a starting 5 and a sub off the bench. But Advanced Hoops fit all those needs.
For the full interview, go to advancedhoops.com.
And our Highmark halftime report continues. West Perry up 26-17 as we get set for the third quarter play. Chris Hopkins from the Sentinel joining us. First of all, just overall, and I've said this to everybody we've talked to and we've discussed it here at the table, what a wonderfully entertaining District 3 basketball tournament just overall from start to finish.
Yeah, it's been a lot of fun. I mean, right from the very beginning, there's been a lot of great games. Especially when you get here to the Giant Center, seeing teams like West Perry, the 10 seed who started the season off a little bit rough, being able to get here to the district championship, it's been a lot of fun watching.
And I think a lot of people have not seen Meg Smith, and we've had her on highlights. You've written about her. What a great player.
Yeah, she's been fantastic. I mean, I've seen her the last 2 years play, and she's just one of those players where she's too tough to guard. She stands at 5'11", 6 foot. She could play the 5. She could play the 1. She could bring the ball up. She can do whatever she wants. And, I talked to the West Perry coach last night, and he said this season really turned around once the whole team bought into, hey, we need to get Megan Smith the ball. She's our breadwinner, and not only does it create points for her, but she creates points for others because she'll get double and triple team down low. And obviously, we've seen today here when Megan Smith gets the ball, West Perry is going to do pretty well.
This has been a great showcase for girls basketball, I think, as well, for people to see what, I started covering girls basketball before you were born here in 1979, 1980, when Trinity was hot and McDevitt, they had a great rivalry. But, boy, this is terrific to see the girls play here.
Yeah, and it's a lot of fun. You see, dating back, maybe some of the student sections would only turn out for the boys' games, but you see Susquehannock has a lot of their students represented. You have West Perry; they have a lot of their students represented, and it's pretty full here in the Giant Center. It's really fun to watch. I mean, these girls' basketball game, they're showing that they can play too.
All right, Chris Hopkins from the Sentinel. Your website, as always, is
Cumberlink.com.
All right, you can check out all the high school coverage there. Chris, thanks for being with us.
Hey, thank you.
All right, Chris Hopkins from the Sentinel. When we come back, a special look at a special player from Cumberland Valley. That's as our Highmark halftime report continues.
Today, we have some breaking news on the West Shore. Some spraining, twisting, popping news. It appears that Mechanicsburg is getting a state-of-the-art OSS orthopedic urgent care. This is what we know so far. OSS urgent care is much faster than the emergency room. All patients will be seen by orthopedic experts. Costs are typically less, and OSS is open 7 days a week. Remember, if you have a sprain, pop, or break to report, go right to the experts. OSS Orthopedic Urgent Care. 2 great locations, York and now Mechanicsburg. Now that's some good news.
Met a lot of great basketball players as we continue with our halftime reports presented by Highmark. This year, though, we found a very special player from Cumberland Valley. She doesn't play on the girls' basketball team. She plays on another team, and she's about to play in college. Here's Josh Reed with this very special story.
Almost every high school athlete that few reach, an opportunity to play in college.
Everyone wants something that they can do, and to find like a sport that I could play was really awesome.
When the ink dried on college signing day, Allison Goodhart's dream came true. She was headed to Edinburgh to play basketball.
To be able to do that is a big deal, I think, not just to me, but everyone that has gotten me to this point.
Allison has always enjoyed sports, and was a natural when she first grabbed a basketball at age 9. But her journey hasn't been a layup.
When I was 18 months old, I was in a car accident, and I have been in a wheelchair ever since then. At first, it's like, why would this happen? Like, why did I get chosen for that?
Her father, Bill, remembers the questions well and did his best to find the right answers.
Her first day of kindergarten, she came home, and we were talking, and she was crying, and I said, honey, what's wrong? She said, I don't want to go back to school. And I said, and I knew why. I knew, and I said, why not? Because I wanted her to tell me. She said, because I can't do the things that all the other boys and girls can do. And I told her, I said, honey, I said, the good Lord did this to you so you can show those other boys and girls what you can do if you don't have your legs. You can do anything you put your mind to it.
Allison's accident happened in a driveway. She was 18 months old. Her mother didn't see her.
I know that she did everything that she could to make my life as a kid a lot easier.
Allison and her mom share the same fighter's mentality, but Lisa lost her battle nearly 5 years ago.
My mom had brain cancer, and she died in 2009.
Do you see her in your daughter?
Oh, yeah. Yeah, the attitude. The attitude, if she wants to do something, Lisa comes out. If I try to talk her out of it, then Lisa's there.
Through the ups and the downs, the makes and the misses of life, Allison's #1 fan has helped her through it all.
My dad's been my rock this whole time. My tough days, he was there for me, trying to help me through, and every day he just works as hard as he can to put a smile on my face.
Has it been harder for you than her?
Me. And it still is, because they have a commercial on the radio about, you know, you cry when your daughter takes her first step. You cry when she rides her bicycle. You do this and this. And I'm thinking, she's never going to walk down the aisle with anybody. But she'll be just as good a wife as anybody in the world, because good Lord willing, I'm going to push her down the aisle. And she'll go from there. She can do it.
It's a wonderful story of great determination and a wonderful young lady from Cumberland Valley, thanks to Josh Reed. 26-17 is our score at halftime. We're going to look at our Kelly Sporting Goods stats. All the points so far belong to Megan Smith and Madison Urich, but you take a look at the field goals. Susquehannock's 5 of 29, West Perry 10 of 20. Rebounds are even, turnovers even. Gary, what do you make of the halftime stats?
As you're getting those close to the basket, too, and you're getting them on runs. Run-outs where you're getting down the court quickly in transition. 5 out of 29. Susquehannock is not getting the ball inside. They're shooting it a lot from the outside. They're coming up short with it. That's what I make of it. You don't have to go to any other stats in there right now because all the rest of them are pretty even. But in that one stat, shooting percentage, it's all about transition and it's all about getting layups for West Perry.
And they got to start falling in order for them to get back in this game. The Susquehannock's got to get those to start to fall. They scoring not a whole lot there. Todd McCall, are you ready in our Giant student section with West Perry kids?
I am ready, and these are great kids. I tell you what, that's been I think one of the best things is the opportunity to meet these kids. I'm talking to Lower Dauphin kids that are here today, and then going over to West Perry and going to Susquehannock. And there's always a leader in every group. And once you know that leader, they take care of you.
Hey, Todd getting it on there a little bit. He's getting up and down with that, whatever that's called, the swim.
But Gary, I could do that for about 5 seconds. I was dead. I was spent. 5 seconds.
A little pre-record. We had to pre-record that, otherwise Todd wouldn't have been lasting there very long.
A lot of people don't know this, but Todd did some part-time acting. He was in Evan Almighty in a number of parts. I mean, that's a great conversation to have with Todd. He's met a lot of famous actors, and and this is a great idea by Scott Moyer, because whenever a team comes out to box and one you or overly key on you, have that player that's being boxed and one or keyed on be the point guard. Just bring the ball up the court. It's hard to key on that.
We'll see what adjustments Susquehannock makes as they try to capitalize on the turnover.
Well, how about some defense there? Very good defense.
They had Drook just dogging Smith everywhere. She wasn't even worried about any help defense.
But doesn't that worry you a little that if Druck's going to work that hard and she's the 20-plus per game scorer for the Warriors, that she may not have enough on the offensive end?
Well, I think you think about it in terms of priorities. You've got to stop your first problem, which is Megan Smith had 15 points in the game. You've got to cut that down, start to work that in a little more perspective in the second half. But Druck made it to the line here on the good stick-back effort.
She's got 5.
You know, we had talked about possibly looking at boxing one. That looks like the adjustment that West Perry made. And I tell you why I think it's a good adjustment. Is if it just allows Susquehannock just to buy some time to get right back where they need to, because Megan was getting too hot and very confident.
Shannon Druck was 6 and cuts the West Perry lead to 7.
They are really coming with the full court heat now. You know, what you want to do ideally if you're Susquehannock is you want to take Smith out and make the other people have to try to beat you.
She didn't get the roll that time. Who's got the rebound? Ouch. Jump.
That's a great call by the officials. Not to call that a foul. I don't know if they have replay, but a jump ball. That looks like a foul, but the girls' both hands were on.
If I could add, guys, and I know Coach Sutton, Coach Fortney, you know this too. What happens when you get that box and one, because Charlie, it happened to you a lot in your career, is you begin to start forcing shots. I think Megan forced that last shot a little bit.
Baseline jumper would roll, and
this was
Gracie Stauffer into the game.
Greg, guys, this was a smart move by Coach Scott Moore to start Gracie Stauffer because they knew they were coming out to key on Smith. You need another element in a game that cause the Warriors to have to pay attention to him, and it's going to be tough with Gracie Stauffer in there scoring.
Lavenberg needs a little help, and she gets it from Stauffer.
Stauffer just knows how to pop out. She knows how to make passes. She's a basketball player. She's not just 6'3".
And only a freshman.
Lavenberg. And the rebound goes to Kate Wagner for the Warriors. Susquehannock runs. Trying to go inside, and Madison Urich. Maddie Urich comes away with it.
This pace does favor a little bit what Susquehannock wants.
A little quick cut. Nice shuffle, little pass there. Megan Smith saved it, got it right back, and got it back into the lane. Look at this ball movement.
She's amazing. My Lord.
And there's Gracie Stauffer.
What a great move there by Stauffer, kind of faking the other side, going to her left, and laying it over nicely. Thank you very much.
Ooh, foul.
And that's okay, and that's why she's in the game.
You know, I'll tell you something here. Normally you call the foul for bringing your hand down through. She'll keep her hand straight up. Now watch this. Gracie Stauffer, watch her look right. Take one dribble. Nice little turn there for the big gal. And then on the other end, you're coming down. Let's see if this is a foul.
You know what, though? The Warriors needed one to go their way. There was some 50-50 balls that didn't go their way. The Lady Warriors earned it. They're playing.
Coaches never look at it that way.
They're
You know
playing
that,
hard.
Charlie. You know, we only want the fouls called when there's a real foul. And now when she stood straight up, it looked like she might have not drawn anybody.
Susquehannock with some backcourt pressure.
It's important for West Perry, once they break this, to just be patient again. And not feel, oh, look at this.
Nice move backdoor. Yeah. Maddie Urich has 12.
That's what happens when your whole halftime talk is Meg Smith. You forget that there's a Maddie Urich on the floor and a Lavenberg that knows how to make a pass.
Maddie Urich with 12 points.
Missed. And it will go to West Perry, cutting across.
They are running again.
Smith drives.
And Smith, that's number 2 over the back for Smith.
Well, Susquehannock was here last year, lost to Palmyra in the AAA championship. West Perry's last AAA title back in 1995 when they beat Lancaster Catholic.
Little pull up that time by Mackenzie Fancher, and West Perry just got a piece of that. You know, you could definitely see a pickup in the speed for Susquehannock here in the second half. First half, I thought they were not lethargic, but weren't as quick as they needed to be in transition. They're a little quicker this half.
Gracie Stauffer is a pressure release valve for Gary, I like the way they're using Stauffer in the front end of the press. What do you think?
Yeah, a lot. I think just doing a great job of being in the middle, and she's kind of your bailout.
Greg, have we seen on High School Sports Live a girl this tall yet? I mean, Cecily Carl's big.
Yeah.
But I think she might be a little more. Seems like when you look at Stauffer, a Carl might be a half-inch smaller, but or a Miranda Dixon. This seems like the tallest player.
She seems like, and whether she's the tallest player, she's even. Her presence is just so commanding in there.
Yes.
Maddie Urick's got 14, and the West Perry lead is now 11. This is where they're starting to try to look to pull away, and Susquehannock's got a lot of big trips coming here in the third quarter.
Yeah, and it's important to point out there's somewhat of a Cinderella story developing here, and with the idea of West Perry having a chance to win a district title.
Well, inside, sticking with it was Shannon Druck. West Perry right back. Smith stepped on the line.
We're starting to see Smith tiring of all that she's having to do. There's an example. The missed left-hand layup, the foul over the back. You're starting to see her tiring, and Coach Scott Moore can't afford to give her any breaks.
I think she's pressing herself a little bit too, guys. You know, since that boxing one came out on her, she just trying to maybe force things a little bit here, though.
Going inside, and Druck almost had another two when she is hacked on the way up.
Stauffer has 4 fouls, guys. This is a big.
You know, this second half, Shannon Druck is actually, you could tell that she's taking that sense of urgency. She's a little different, a little more focused here in the second half.
You know what? Let's make a note of this. 4 fouls. She's got to come out. She's been the big factor in helping West Perry take the pressure off of Smith. Let's see what happens here if they try to go with her or not.
Well, there's nobody to the scorer's table.
I think he's going to ride it out. I mean, figure.
Druck, by the way, 6 out of 8 for the line so far. She's only got 2 field goals in the game, and you talk about 10 points. It's maybe the quietest 10 points that anybody could have.
Halfway through the third quarter, girls AAA district championship. There she is inside, and
that's called presence right there. She waited till everybody got by, ball fake, got a wide open layup.
And it was left-handed, guys.
Yes, it was.
Her 4th point, looking for 3.
Susquehannock doesn't seem to have a purpose to how they're attacking right now. They've been trying to get Druck inside a few times, but they're not getting inside touches. That was a one-pass and shot kind of play, and I don't think that's exactly what Coach Schreiner wants right now.
West Perry with a lead, West Perry with a basketball.
And we haven't talked enough about Maddie York. I know, Gary, after that last broadcast, you really liked her.
Oh, I like her a lot.
Stauffer missed.
It's a little too quick for West Perry. If the pace can get speeded up, it favors Susquehanna.
No harm, no foul. Then the 3 goes.
Now there's a 3 that came out of making the extra pass. You made the defense move, and you got a shot right out of your offense. That's a whole different kind of shot.
Shannon Druck with 13.
Watch this extra pass right here. Penetrate, extra pass, wide open 3, and you have the rhythm to shoot that shot.
Yeah.
I think that was their best continuity in their offense today.
And that timeout actually helped West Perry, because I believe Susquehanna coach called that, unless I'm missing something, but that helps West Perry because now they can settle down and maybe talk about staying patient.
Some of the York fans already here getting set for the Quad A game, which follows this one. Cedar Crest and York. You will see that the final of our 8-game marathon here, our second year of doing all the district basketball championships here on ABC 27.2 RTV. We've got another basketball game, and then they'll rip this floor apart and bang, and they'll pick up these mats, and we'll play hockey here at 7 o'clock. And I'll be back for that one, too.
That's a tradition. It seems like we always help put the stuff down. They push you so much.
By the way, Shannon Druck, how about a little difference in the second half? 9 points this quarter so far.
Oh, yeah. And it's going to be hard to stop her once she gets rolling, her confidence. They're staying with Gracie Stauffer.
Well, she didn't see the pass coming. And a foul.
Actually, a pretty good foul to stop a layup.
Here's a rule in basketball, though. Right there, you've got a guard handle the basketball, and you give it up to a big in backcourt. It's a no-no.
Well, there was no pressure.
No, there's no reason to throw that pass.
And that's why Gracie started to leave. She was like, "Ah, okay, we got it."
Right. Guards are generally independent players, and post people are generally dependent players. They depend on what the guard does.
Kate Wagner. The 3 misses. Voltaggio inside, and whistle on a foul.
I had a daughter who was player of the year at York County from Dallastown in 2000, Greg, and one of the things we had a rule. I never talked to her after a game unless she came and talked to me. And she always come up and she'd say, "How do you think I did?" I said, "I think you did great." She'd always read my eyes. She'd say, "But what?" I said, "Well, 3 times you threw it to the big girl coming down the outside. You're the best ball handler on the floor. Why would you do that?" She said, "Well, she was open." I said, "So was the wall. The wall caught it all 3 times. So what do you do?" She said, "I'm not sure." I said, "Get that post down to where she can catch the ball and take it down and give it to her there."
Susquehannocks hit 10 of their last 12 free throws.
That was some of your best coaching.
You know, guys, I didn't get the chance to write down this run that Susquehannock is on, but it's really, the defense is stymieing West Prairie a little bit right now.
Got the lead to 5.
Here's Urich.
And it'll stay down that end.
You know what I like, though, about Gracie Stauffer when you watch her in the middle, number 33, and she's only a freshman. She's got some real presence right there. She does not move her feet a lot. A lot of big people do at that age. She holds on to the basketball. She's looking things over very, very well.
And a foul.
One of the things you'll see on this little move, we get a replay of it, is you see Smith going to the basket. Watch the cut she makes in the middle of the lane when she goes in. Kind of slashes a cut. She'll come down, watch her come left. She'll go down the lane. Oh, there's Urich on the last play.
And another steal for Susquehannock. Here's Kate Wagner. Ball slapped around. She got it back and drew the foul. Nice play by Kate Wagner.
What we saw West Perry do it in the first half, Greg, we're seeing Susquehannock turn it around and do it now. They are attacking, and they are really aware of their transition game here in the second half.
So going to the line, Kate Wagner, 157, and she hits.
You see the attack we're talking about. Wagner will be going to York College next year. York College getting a pretty good crop of kids from York County. Wagner, they've got Morgan Keeney from Red Line, who averaged 18 points a game. And here's another steal.
And the turnover, and West Perry came out of all that. And there's a timeout for West Perry. Well, you can see where the lead has gone to, 34-31.
Well, for so long, you have West Perry on a roll, and West Susquehannock's doing a great job. Just put pressure on him, full court man, try to shake it up, and you see the tiring of Meg Smith. You see the tiring of the West Perry girls.
In the first half, you had West Perry attacking every time off Mr. made shots. Didn't matter. This half, they become more of a half-court team. Susquehannock in the first half with a half-court team that really didn't have much attack at all. This half, everything they do involves running full court. They're getting steals, and so they're getting momentum every time into the transition game.
West Perry trying to stop the momentum of Susquehannock as we approach the end of this third quarter. Susquehannock on a 10-2 run.
Sam Sutton over here tweeting and ask you to tweet to advancedhoops1.com. We'll try to share some of those throughout the rest of the broadcast.
Almost a steal and a foul.
Hey, when you turn around here and look at Sam Sutton, Greg, 3-piece suit today, got the puff in the pocket. I ask him what time he has to get it back.
York, well, that's because of his alma mater, York High.
I know. Yeah. He's looking good.
Sam will join us here in the second game. Nice move inside, and it didn't fall. Would not fall for Megan Smith, and here comes Susquehannock with a chance to cut it to one or tie. Good cut, good ball movement. Valtaggio couldn't get it to fall, and Stauffer.
But Valtaggio is going to get called for the foul. You know, you think Susquehanna may have added 2 or 3 players to the floor right now. They might be running with 8 because right now to West Perry, it looks like they're swarming. And there you see the foul on Valtaggio. Good call.
And it's really not necessary for Susquehanna to have to foul like that. They already had a good position there, and it was kind of unnecessary.
Final minute, third quarter.
Susquehanna is just swarming everywhere, trapping up in lanes.
You can really sense they're feeling this now.
Looking to try to set Smith up on the weak side. Truck doesn't want any of that one.
Notice everybody tight to the lane now, ready for Smith to come.
West Perry staying patient, looking for the last shot.
Again, you see that little
15.
Interesting to see what play you call right here.
Stauffer tries to hang on to it, and it's taken away by Susquehanna. Let's see if they can get off a last shot before the end of the quarter. Underneath, Kate Wagner. What a turn. What a turn. And what a game. Watch West Perry trying to be patient, but there is Susquehanna on the break, and suddenly they have cut it to 34-33.
And ladies and gentlemen, that was her 1,000th point right there, Greg. Sam Sutton just pointed out that was her 1,000th point. Wow.
Well, I suspect they will honor her after the game. They won't stop it here, right?
Not tonight.
Pac Financial is helping local families build, manage, and protect their portfolios. Call Steve Morazzo to set up a free no-obligation consultation at 564-6400. You can receive a free $50 Giant gift card at the appointment. Team Pennsylvania is a high-level AAU boys showcase program. They're trying out sophomores and juniors Sunday, March the 2nd. For more information, go to advancedhoops.com. Mr. PA and Miss PA coming to the state of Pennsylvania this spring. 40 players will be nominated. They'll narrow it down. You can vote at paball.com. The York White Rose Lions Senior All-Star Basketball game will be March the 23rd at Northeastern High School. The proceeds to benefit Army Corporal Matthew Haynes. The girls game at 2. The boys game at 4. Tickets are $5, free for students. Northeastern High School, March the 23rd. Well, here we go with what has been a tremendous game. West Perry was up 26-17 at the half, and now it's a 34-33 game.
West Perry actually stretched that lead to 11 at one point in time in the third quarter, but right now we into the fourth, 1 point difference.
I tell you what, that just absolutely gave me chills. The thought of 1,000 points, regardless of the game, to take a time like that and hear that crowd stand up, what an amazing accomplishment.
Inside, Stauffer couldn't get it to roll. Smith got the rebound. Boy, nothing's falling for West Perry here.
Well, and they're all over Smith, pushing her left, right, and you expected that in the second half. But West Perry supporting Cass is going to have to step up and help her out a little bit.
Here's another key stat, which is Susquehanna is 9 of 10 in the third quarter from the line. West Perry only hit 2 of their 2.
Well, Susquehanna has really just picked up the whole defense, and that's led to their offense here.
Nice steal. Smith.
She'll take
it right away. Yeah. Well, with lots of time, Erica Heil picks a great time for her first 2 points. But right back the other way, in racehorse basketball, it's Kate Wagner again. And suddenly the Warriors say, let's talk this over.
And again, a turnabout in the second half. One team winning the battle of transition, Greg. That's really been the name of the game here.
Susquehanna coaching very hard right now. Coach, you know Coach's style. Gary, you know all the York teams. But why a timeout right now? Why? You just scored, and why?
You know, I never know a coach's team as well as he knows it. But
yeah.
He saw something there from all the days of practice and all the games he played he didn't like. And I think what he may be doing is he's probably trying to say, okay, we want to swarm, but we don't want to swarm out of position and get advantage, disadvantage situations. I think that's maybe what he saw.
Well, what I saw, guys, is West Perry switched to a 1-3-1. He took a timeout, and the first thing he said is he wanted to get ball rotation. He didn't want him to start rushing. Just attack the zone. He wanted to attack it inside.
That's a good point.
Smart play. I was going to say this is one of the most entertaining and fun girls games we've seen this year. It's actually one of the best games, period, we've seen this year in terms of just entertaining play and a lot of momentum and a lot of momentum changes. And this is a great one down the stretch for the girls' AAA District Championship, live here on ABC 27. Greg Mace, Gary Sutton, Charlie Fortney, Todd McCall, bringing you the action here on High School Sports Live. Smith, wow.
Those shots were dropping in the first half.
Yeah.
She is being guarded on both sides now, not just one side.
I wish I was that important.
A chance to take the lead for Susquehannock.
For the movement of the basketball is much better this half, much sharper, crisper.
Stauffer's not in. They gave the freshman a break. She was getting tired. She hadn't come out in the whole third quarter.
Her counterpart, Guartagio, has gotten really big on the inside mentally. Every time you take a shot, she's somewhere around the ball.
Big bucket by Shannon Druck. And Susquehannock has the lead.
That's the first time.
West Perry looks to answer. Down for the first time in this game. And Susquehannock has really picked up the momentum now.
Druck now has 15 points. Smith has no points here in the second half so far.
Look for Stauffer to come back in. They're not going to wait too long.
It is.
Nice cut. Reach in.
That's 3 on Matty Earp.
You know, guys, got to give hats off to the adjustment. And I think maybe the coaching staff at Susquehannock was holding off on the boxing one. And you know, Gary, sometimes you don't want to show your defense too early. I think when they switch to it, and that's been the difference, pinching on Megan Smith.
Pinching, yeah, and not to mention a Division I Shannon Druck, just focusing all of her attention on her.
There you see Shannon Druck getting the easy 3 out of the offense that time. Constantly charging down the court. Then she comes pulling up for the easy jumper the last time down. So Shannon Druck has lit up here in the second half with 11 points. It's 15 for the game.
Susquehannock looking to now add to their 2-point advantage. They're going to get the basketball right back, and they do. Wow. Ashley Stone came out of that offensive rebound and just tossed it up.
You think something happened at halftime and they got them mad a little bit? I mean, being down by 9, and here they are roaring back right now here in the fourth quarter.
And West Perry says, let's talk it over. Susquehannock 40, West Perry 36. 5:20 left. We're deciding the AAA championship live on ABC 27.
Chrysler, Jeep, Nissan. The Brenner family of dealerships is proud to support High School Sports Live. We've been serving Central PA for over 92 years and have everything that you're looking for when purchasing a vehicle. Great customer service, great pricing and selection, an excellent service department for the life of your vehicle. All at the Brenner family of dealerships on the Carlisle Pike Mechanicsburg and 24/7 at BrennerFamily.com. Serving Central PA for over 92 years.
West Perry, Susquehannock. Telling you, I'm not awake. I called him Susquehannock twice.
It's okay. Susquehannock's in the league.
That's right.
One of the best rivalries around, right? Susquehannock and West Perry.
That's right.
We did their game earlier this season. And
That's right.
Susquehannock dumped it.
They were wearing their colors the other night.
That's exactly right. So, I mean, by the way, we did that game earlier this season with Susquehannock and West Perry, and it was so cool to see the kids do those Alex Lemonade stand, raising funds together as a team, having a great competition as a team, working together as a team. That's really what high school athletics, I think, is all about. You know, things that go above and beyond the court of basketball.
We talked about the food bank with Central Pennsylvania Food Bank, and so many students getting involved. We've seen a lot of fawns. We're going to present a check to fawn coming up a little bit later between games, so great point.
Tell you what, Shannon Druck is dogging Megan Smith everywhere she goes.
They're trying to find a way to get Smith the ball in the post. Druck has the arms defender off, though. And that's not a great entry. I think it's where Gracie Stauffer has to come back in. There she is, and Coach Scott Moyer agrees, because there she heads to the bench.
Well, what you're saying right now to Druck is, okay, you guard Smith everywhere. Make sure you front her in the low post. We'll give you help when the ball comes in there, and that's exactly what you saw right there, going to the top, and a girl on the backside stealing the ball.
And really, Susquehannock doesn't need to rush anything here. They're up against the zone. They could even choose not to score.
I think what's hard right now, if you do that, Charlie, is the idea that Susquehannock has been frenetic here in the second half. And now to try to slow it down, this is the piece of the game, though. You're absolutely right. And this is where we get that time and score, Greg, that we talk about so often, where now you have to switch gears a little bit. Now you have to kind of take care of the basketball, a little more half-court game, and be a little careful not to keep on just running and throwing it up.
Susquehannock has outscored West Perry 23-10 in this half.
Smith needs a screen, and she's not getting it to free her up a little bit. She's having to find her opening without any screen at all.
And finally getting it to fall.
That was called the sandwich shot.
That was actually one of the best, toughest shots I've ever seen. She had 3 girls on her. Hey, in the timeout, West Perry, interesting to note, Gary, you kind of mentioned it. First thing Coach Moyer said is, you guys got to be strong with the ball. Let's pull through. Let's be strong with the ball. Quit giving them easy ones. Quit sending them to the line. Just stay straight up on them.
Long jumper won't go. West Perry's got the basketball, and a jump. That'll stay down that end. We got a tweet from Coach Julie Dennison remembering Susquehannock. Freshmen, sophomores, relentless back then. You could see them kind of developing.
Coach
And
Julie,
they're doing it now. Yeah.
Head coach of Susquehanna Township, Lady Indians.
Nobody works harder than Julie Dennison. I tell you, wonderful lady.
You know, I've got to tell you something. Amidst this Susquehanna flurry right now, I haven't been terribly impressed with their half-court game tonight so far in this one. Where they've gotten their points is steals, layups, quick transition-type buckets. They've not gotten them really for the most part in the half-court game.
Well, credit West Perry for wanting to extend a hand on every opportunity that comes their way to shoot it. They have keyed on every girl on the perimeter.
Won't fall. Is that her foul? Yep, that's it.
That's not a foul on Gracie Stauffer.
Is it not? Okay.
That should not be a foul. And if you see the replay, I'm right. Gary, you said earlier she's guilty of being 6'3". She's just standing there. She just went up straight up
for the ball.
No, I think when you look at it again, her hands were over the back. I really do. I thought Voltaggio had great position. The problem is she's 6'3".
Her hands are going to be over.
Voltaggio is 6 feet. I mean, she's right. I mean, they got the two bigs are in there battling. I think when you see it, she came over the shoulders a little bit. Normally that wouldn't be a foul because everybody's going to be a little bit smaller. Watch this again. Now watch her hands come over the top. Small bump there, nothing there. Now watch.
I think
right over the shoulder.
I think the box out is what I'm seeing. She's displacing her. So I guess that's a tricky one because referees say when you box out nowadays, you're not allowed to push them back. Man, how about when we taught at camp when we were kids, you're allowed to drive them back. You're not allowed to drive them anymore. And that was kind of where the 50-50
One of the things
ball
we'd
was.
always tell kids to do when you're boxing out is sit down on their thighs.
Yeah.
Sit down on their thighs as much as you humanly can, and that gets them moving back a little bit.
But this is an advantage now for Susquehanna.
But Charlie, you're right. I mean, the physicality and the physicalness of the game is kind of being stripped away a little bit, and we were always taught to push back.
Drive them out, like throw them down.
Drive.
Not anymore.
West Perry, big three, ties it up.
This was a gift to Coach Scott Moyer.
That
That
might have been the biggest shot in West Perry and Perry County history right there, honestly.
This may be the Cinderella, keeping the Cinderella alive here, guys.
Erica Howe's 5th point. That's a big one, and a steal for West Perry, and there's a foul.
Oh, Susquehanna wanted a jump ball.
Well, you look at West Perry, they just regained their aggression here with the trap at the half court, so they're changing the tempo of the game.
That's only the 5th. She just flicked it up there, and it went in, boy.
Woo. She was surprised she was that wide open. Hey, you're seeing some great coaching right now, too, here. With Coach Schreiner and Coach Moyer. I mean, they are really changing the tempo by changing the defenses. It's a lot of subtle changes.
See, the next foul puts West Perry in the bonus. That gives them a chance, guys. Now, I think the key for West Perry, guys, is Smith's got to get the ball at the high post with the chance to drive to the basket. She has not gotten the ball at the high post. It's always around the basket.
You can look down there right now. Drunk is dead in front of her.
How about the steadiness of Maddie Urick at point guard today?
How about the pressure from Mackenzie Fancher on her all day long?
West Perry down 1.
Look at this.
The 3 will not fall, and a big rebound by Susquehannock's Abby Barnhart. They've got the lead in the basketball only by 1.
There's
Steal
one of those
again.
where you gave it to the big girl and she's not really ready to score right away. She had to make an extra play to get there.
Guys, it's 2 minutes and 1 second to go, and West Perry shooting foul shots. Mark it. It could be the game here if they can make 2 here. Put a little pressure on Susquehanna.
Greg, one of the things I think is so important coming down the stretch now is to say, okay, it's a coach's game, and they're going to call timeout and decide that. Who are my stars? Who needs to touch the basketball? Everything that's good needs to go through some person. Who's it going to be here?
Watch again on our Snapple-Groff replay.
So it's going to be Voltaggio trying to do something like that? Probably not. It's probably going to be Druck or Wagner for that team. On the other side, it's probably going to be Smith getting it done somewhere. The rule would be the ball's got to touch your hand somewhere in the sequence.
A reminder, we have another game coming up, the last of our 8 games live here on ABC 27. It's the Quad A Boys Championship, York and Cedar Crest. That'll cap off what has been a great week. Man, is this place getting full? Look at this lower bowl.
It's called Cedar Crest, led by Andrew Udy and the crew, Seth Dalbear and those guys, who, congratulations for being here against the York High. York High's, how many years in a row have they been in the championship?
Well, they were here last year, lost to Harrisburg in a tough game, but they've been here a few times.
Yeah, they won the year before. It's been a string. They've had actually, I'm sorry. 2 years ago, Harrisburg and Chambersburg played for the finals. There was a 1-year break.
And then they've actually, this will be the 4th time in 6 years. And I looked this up, that'll be their 9th since 1925, but we'll get into that a little bit later. Big free throws. Charlie, good point. There's Lavenberg, and we'll see how these free throws make the difference in the game.
Smith is out of foul trouble. Look for her to attack the glass with abandon here on an impossible miss.
Still tied. Big rebound. Harris. West Perry the lead.
This is unbelievable, this momentum switch in this game. 2 big momentum swings.
Now you're back in a 2-3 zone. I think Susquehanna's going to have a little bit of a problem with this.
You can't lose track of Druck, or she will make you pay.
Steal on the floor. Maddie Urick will jump it up, and it'll go to West Perry.
West Perry has played that zone exceptionally well here, and now they've trapped out and become very aggressive up in the lanes. Watch what happens here. The ball goes to quarter. When you come back out, they're overplaying the lanes. There's the steal.
This is smart. Get the ball to your leader.
Megan Smith to bring it across. Her team with a 2-point lead. Under a minute and a half to go in the AAA Girls District Championship.
You wanted to touch Smith's hands here at some point in time.
They have 2 timeouts left, and they will use them.
There it is.
They do not need a shot.
And they are in no rush to even pretend like they're going to shoot.
Now for Susquehanna, you've got to decide who you're going to foul, and Scott Moyer calls timeout.
So 1:01 left.
I tell you, this is a game.
All right, some quick thoughts from one of our great sponsors and a great name in local high school basketball and Penn State basketball. And the Hoffman name has been great in this area. Todd?
Thank you, Greg. I'm here with Ryan Hoffman, and Ryan's been a basketball guy and now a big sponsor for us here at Hoffman Ford. But really, we just want your perspective on how tight this game is. This is one of the most exciting games we've had.
This is, I can't even explain back and forth like this. It just keeps going. I mean, obviously, right now the Mustangs being up too, and it's a crazy game to watch right now and being here.
If I was to put you in a coach's shoes right now, West Perry, do you just tell him not to score? Do you just tell him hold the ball?
I'd hold it. We got a minute left, just keep passing around, but they score.
Brian, we'll give you some more perspective later, but we really appreciate this. Makes it very special, your sponsorship.
We appreciate it. We're glad we can sponsor, so thank you for having us.
All right, Ryan. Ryan Hoffman, Greg.
Well, how about a big bucket by Megan Smith?
The back screen, and Megan Smith came right off it on the inbounds play and scored. A great call by Scott Moyer.
This is not over. That was a gutsy call. This game started with Smith, and guys, it has a chance to end with Smith.
There you see on the other side, Dave Schreiner working it right now. Watch that back screen here. Here comes the back screen. Actually, just kind of a delay. She sets the screen. Then, well, so many times after a screener sets a screen, that's when they're the most dangerous because everybody kind of forgot about it for a minute. She set the screen. You had to slice off the screen, and then she just kind of rolled backward to the basket.
How about the pass? That was like a soccer throw-in.
Huge miss.
Susquehannock's Katie Wagner, another big free throw coming.
Wagner 63% in the season.
He's got 11. Now Susquehannock will apply some backcourt pressure. Again, West Perry doesn't have to shoot.
Here's where Susquehannock really got to the lead here in this half. They are going to be swarming again.
West Perry needs to make smart choices.
As soon as it touches the hands of maybe Emma Harris, you want to foul. She's the worst free throw shooter out there.
Well, they got a foul soon here.
There you go. It's a good foul. Sam Nisley just into the game to handle the ball.
Imagine that, guys. You're just into the game, and you got to shoot in the district championships at the Giant Center a 1-and-1.
Well, how about this? She's not shot a free throw all season.
Oh, my Lord.
Well,
how do you like that?
How about that? How about that? That's a good time to make your first, huh?
That's where practice pays off. For the one moment you can't wait for. A little Hoosier-like there, right?
And it was almost that kind of Bob Cousy two-hand set shot as well. Sam Nisley. Well, this will be another big shot here. Well, that's what make it. It's now a two-possession game to begin with, and you can put them up 5. Won't make a whole lot of difference here.
Sam Nisley has 5 3-pointers for the season. She averages 0.9 points a game for the season. That's almost 1. And nothing out of nothing with the foul line so far until now.
Well, I think Julie Dennison putting it best here on another tweet. The coach at Susquehanna Township giving us great game to watch. Girls basketball at its best. Love the crowd. Love the momentum. This is why we love AAA basketball.
I got a text from the head coach for Harrisburg Christian Girls, who were 1 game away from playing in the first time ever in the District Giant Center. He wished they could be here, but he definitely complimented the broadcast. That's Steve Bechtel from Harrisburg Christian.
Well, how about 2 there for Sam Nisley? Final seconds. They got to put it up in a hurry to the Warriors. That will not fall. West Perry has the rebound, and there'll be a foul in the back.
Boy, so many great storylines in this game, and it's just been one thrust after another by each team, but West Perry here at the end has been staunch.
And let's talk about Meg Smith, our player of the game. I'm overruling everybody. Now, I know we all agree.
Yeah.
But let's talk about how she was able to will her way back in it after being keyed on and pushed around and actually absolutely tired, you can tell.
Well, Susquehannock will go on to the States. And how about Sam Nisley? How about, well, you're not going to make all of them in that situation. And for the first time since 1995, the Westbury girls are almost the district champs. Timeout. Well,
here's what you do now. First of all, watch this 3. Okay, you got 3. There's going to be a half second left when it comes down, right there. Now, in this timeout, what you are doing right now, if you're Scott Williams, you're on the other team's baseline, you're saying, throw the ball as far as you can and hit a bottom. Doesn't matter who. Do not throw it on this side of half court. Throw it all the way down. For Susquehanna, you might be trying to set up something here where they come across the baseline and charge you before the ball's even brought in bounds. Or maybe even foul before they get the ball bounced, so no clock can run.
Do either of you know, and I'm not sure, how many ticks have to be on the clock for it to even be able to get off?
3.
0.3. So there's
0.3.
0.5.
You could actually get a shot off here.
It's possible, guys.
With the 3, you can only get a tap. But if I'm Scott Moyer right now, and I've been in this situation, you throw that sucker as far as you can throw it, but make sure you hit a body so it doesn't come back down here in case you don't get it.
Yep. Make sure it doesn't go out of bounds. All right, now, well, This is like icing the field goal kicker.
Well, he wanted to see how they set up. And were they going to put somebody in the ball? Were they going to keep everybody back? Now it gives him an idea of how he's going to reset this thing.
He also wanted to see who was taking it out. So I think he's going to try to put the bigger body on the out of bounds on the ball. And you'll see it right now. He's going to put the big girl on the ball and then try to take it, not even let it get in.
You know what I'd do right here? I would take Smith and I'd bring her down. She's the tallest body on the floor and make her throw it.
Gary, I'm sorry. Here's a factor. What if West Perry going for the ball would foul a Susquehanna player? That's a danger in having any kind of screens, because then Susquehanna could have a chance to shoot foul shots. Refs don't usually let a game end that way, but
your best option is to do the Christian Leitner down to the other end. Just let it get tapped around, because by the time you catch and try to bring it over half court, I mean, I just don't think it's an almost impossible task.
Got to be careful here. I'm telling you, the bigger and the smaller one.
You got to throw it in. Oh.
I think they're going to say she stepped over the line.
They're going to give a warning on the step over the line.
Yeah. It was a reach. It would normally be a technical. Good move by the official not to call it.
And now,
that.
Gary, just as you said, bringing Megan Smith in to throw it in.
There it is. Great move. Got a taller girl in there against the taller girl, so you have a chance to throw it over top of her. Let's just throw it deep.
Look how much strategy. If people are just watching this, how much strategy even 0.5 in a big game like this.
Step back, throw it deep.
Ooh. And there it is. West Perry, for the first time since 1995, has won the district championship. That was a great game.
Oh my God.
I tell you what, Greg, that
I'm on my feet, guys. I have a standing ovation going here for both teams, the way they played. Thank you, ladies. Both teams, thank you.
Just really, that's the way championships should be competed for. We've seen so many great games this week. We just added to that pantheon of games that we can watch it night after night after night, where teams are just showing their wares off tonight. Both teams, actually this morning, both teams did just such a great job going back and forth at each other the whole game.
When we come back, the medal ceremony. West Perry wins 48-46 first. Look inside Advanced Hoops with Charlie and Ty.
I walk into the gym here at Advanced Hoops, and one of the first things I see is a board with fundamental principles. Square up to the basket, dribbling baseline causes turnovers. Can you talk a little bit about how that has advanced players? It's helped coaches in the capital area with these specific directions that you give here at Advanced Hoops.
Yeah, the 5-on-5 instructional piece in our program is one of those programs that came as the program built. And it was, again, it was just based on feedback from parents. And our coaches, that we wanted to get some time with the kids after teaching them how to shoot, after working on their ball handling confidence, their point guard skills. We wanted to see them in the 5-on-5 setting. So we came up with 9 rules that focus on fundamental aspects of the game. We even have spacing boxes for the kids on the court. You know, as coach, you want the kids spacing is a big thing, moving without the ball, catching and facing in the triple threat position. So that part of the program evolved out of necessity to try to teach kids how to become more fundamental and more confident with their shooting in the 5-on-5 setting. Because one of our rules is if a player catches it and they're open and they don't shoot it, it's a turnover. So we found that this 5-on-5 instructional system has worked for anywhere from 5th grade all the way up to 12th graders.
For the full interview, go to advancedhoops.com.
Welcome back to our Pac Financial post-game show here at the Giants Center, where the girls' AAA has been decided for the championship, and the Mustangs more or less upsetting the Warriors of Susquehanna, number 10 over number 1. The Warriors getting their silver medals right now. Coach Dave Schreiner with his. And a lot of people expected Susquehanna to come in here today and win this thing. They were number 1 coming into the district playoffs. They played like that the whole way. And they had a heck of a second half. They came back from 11 points down to take the lead momentarily. But then the Mustangs of West Perry fought back. And they're getting ready to receive their gold medals right now.
The AAA District 3 AAA World Champion, West Perry High School Mustangs. Head coach Rob Moyer conducted the medal ceremony 2, Sam Nicely. Maddie Urick. Megan Smith. Erica Heil. Emma Harris. Lene Plus. Meredith Brown. Erica Morgan. Caitlin Ladenberg. Gracie Stauffer. Athletic Director Corey Hoffman. High School Principal Chris Ron. Athletic Trainer Beth Stahl. Nurse Goalkeeper Dean Pless. The team photographer John Shitsky. And now it is my honor to introduce to you Mr. Sam Miller, Regional Manager for M&T Bank, who will ask the captains to please come to mid-court. West Perry captains, at this time, the Mustangs of West Perry High School being presented with the District 3 M&T Bank AAA Girls Championship Trophy. Congratulations.
And there it is. The Mustangs are taking home the gold. They have won the girls' District 3 championship. And wow, what a game they played to get it. We're going to take a very quick break. We'll come right back for our Pack Financial post-game show. And our Brenner family of dealerships player of the game, and Todd McCall will be getting that player and the winning coach here in just a moment. We'll be right back on High School Sports Live TV on ABC 27.
Charlie Fortney's shooting instruction has transformed players from 5th grade to college-level players year after year. His background as a Division I shooting guard and experienced trainer gives him an expertise on teaching proper footwork in transition, coming off down screens, and shooting off the dribble.
It's my passion to help a player become a better shooter. Developing confidence and getting the repetitions a player needs is very important.
To get a spot in Charlie's spring or summer training, go to advancedhoops.com.
It's always better when you get to pick your team. That's why I didn't just accept the regional health plan offered at work. I went to a Highmark Direct store and picked a more affordable plan with a broader network, one that I feel better with.
For the most value, you're better with Blue. We're reinventing affordable health care for today and for generations to come. For all you do, you're better with Highmark Blue Shield.
Hey guys, just in time.
When Julie wanted to provide some stability for her 2 boys, she reached out to the Pennsylvania Housing Finance Agency for her home loan. We're proud we could help Julie and her family. If you're looking for an affordable home loan or refinancing option, give us a call. We offer down payment and closing cost assistance too. Call us weekdays 8 a.m. to 5 p.m. or check our website. We're the Pennsylvania Housing Finance Agency. We help home ownership dreams come true.
Welcome back to the Giants Center for our Pack Financial post-game show, and it's time now to get to Todd McCall down on the baseline with our Hoffman Ford player of the game. Todd?
I am standing here with Megan Smith, Hoffman Ford player of the game, 19.12 rebounds. Susquehannock was a worthy opponent. They went to a box and one on you second half because you're so hot in the first half, and they pinched on you real well, but you had a tough turnaround in a triple team to put it in, but your team won a big gold medal. I just want you to talk about that.
You know, we're all so excited. You know, being the number 10 seed, we were definitely the underdog, but not for a second did our team doubt that we couldn't pull this off if we played our game.
Megan, you at times made things look, your touches, I know people have told you, you've got one of the softest touches in the game of basketball. Everything was going in the first half. What happened when you let a few go and you just didn't feel that touch? Were you pressing yourself, or what did you have to do inside yourself to get back into the ball game?
You know, every player misses shots. My parents and I always say the best athletes have the shortest memory. You miss a shot, you just forget about it and go for the next one.
And you know what? We had you early on in the Susquehanna game. Tough loss in that game. But all of a sudden, from that game on, you guys made a turn. What has happened with your team, and when did the gelling start happen?
You know, we said, ladies, this isn't where we want to be right now, and we can change that if we choose to, and I think we definitely chose to, and we just started playing amazing.
One last question, because I want to let you celebrate. You're the Hoffman Ford Player of the Game. You had 30 in the semifinal game. Do you realize that ranks up there in what we began to start saying as one of the most legendary games in the history of not only your school, maybe in the District 3? Have you had a chance to even think about some of the accomplishments you yourself and your teammates have done just to win this one today?
I'm excited, but I mean, just everything we've accomplished. You know, the past 3 years we have lost the first round of districts, and our goal was to win the first game, and we've won the district championship. So it's definitely bittersweet for us.
I think it's time to let you go celebrate and go have your happy bus. Megan Smith, Hoffman Ford Player of the Game, one of the most modest kids I think I've ever interviewed. It's a pleasure to stand beside her. Greg, Charlie.
You know, after Stauffer fouled out, by the way, West Perry outscored Susquehanna 10-4. They shot 50% field goal in the second half after starting out a little bit cold, and really turned this thing around at the end. And that young lady that just interviewed, the Hoffman Ford Player of the Game, Megan Smith, was a big reason why, Greg.
Well, what a great game. Well, wasn't that a lot of fun? Jeez.
Just back and forth. You know, you love surges. You love teams playing at their best. You love to see different stars step up along the way. You love to see the stars step up. So had a little bit of everything for everybody, and that really is why you play these championship games, and what an atmosphere, what a lot of fun it was.
All right, Gary, it's always a pleasure. We're going to hear from you with Todd during the course of the next game. We're going to have yet another shift change, move everybody around on different headsets and different microphones.
We'll move it off into our coach's quarter now, so we'll be with you a little bit later on.
All right, very good, Gary. Thanks so much. And when we come back, a special presentation from Giant and from Lower Dauphin High School as we continue live here on ABC 27.
This spring, Advanced Hoops is going to bring high-level skill training to the York area, led by Sam Sutton, former Division I college player. Sam's great at teaching offensive triple threat and shooting the basketball, which he was known for while scoring 1,000 points at the Division I level. Sam will also challenge players with intense skill work, which includes ball handling, speed and agility, and finishing at the basket.
I'm looking for players that are ready for hard work. Ball's in your court.
AdvancedHoops.com.
Today, we have some breaking news on the West Shore. Some spraining, twisting, popping news. It appears that Mechanicsburg is getting a state-of-the-art OSS orthopedic urgent care. This is what we know so far. OSS urgent care is much faster than the emergency room. All patients will be seen by orthopedic experts. Costs are typically less, and OSS is open 7 days a week. Remember, if you have a sprain, pop, or break to report, go right to the experts. OSS Orthopedic Urgent Care. 2 great locations, York and now Mechanicsburg. Now that's some good news.
No matter the season, when it's time to gear up, you've got to get to Kelly's Sports. Kelly's Sports. Top quality sports equipment for the field, the rink, the court, and more. Matched with the experience and knowledge to help you get the winning edge. Plus all the latest styles from Nike, Adidas, and Under Armour. And the large selection of name brand athletic footwear. Local sports team members get 10% off all purchases. Kelly's Sports. In the High Point Commons, Harrisburg. Or visit online at kellysports.com.
This new diet half and half's awesome.
Best part's the lemonade. Best part's the tea.
Lemonade! Tea!
Lemonade, tea, lemonade, tea, lemonade, tea, lemonade, tea!
So which half is your favorite?
And they're blended so perfectly, who cares? Tasty tea, tangy lemonade, 10 calories. Snapple diet half and half. Made from the best stuff on earth.
Karen has 459 friends, but none of them made sure she got home okay. None of them suggested she skip the next drink, try a glass of water, or maybe just call it a night. Karen has 459 friends, but tonight, what she really needed was one good one.
Charlie Fortney's shooting instruction has transformed players from 5th grade to college-level players year after year. His background as a Division I shooting guard and experienced trainer gives him an expertise on teaching proper footwork in transition, coming off down screens, and shooting off the dribble.
It's my passion to help a player become a better shooter. Developing confidence and getting the repetitions a player needs is very important.
To get a spot in Charlie's spring or summer training, go to advancedhoops.com.
Hey guys, just in time.
When Julie wanted to provide some stability for her two boys, she reached out to the Pennsylvania Housing Finance Agency for her home loan. We're proud we could help Julie and her family. If you're looking for an affordable home loan or refinancing option, give us a call. We offer down payment and closing cost assistance too. Call us weekdays 8 a.m. to 5 p.m. or check our website. We're the Pennsylvania Housing Finance Agency. We help homeownership dreams come true.
It's always better when you get to pick your team. That's why I didn't just accept the regional health plan offered at work. I went to a Highmark Direct store and picked a more affordable plan with a broader network, one that I feel better with.
For the most value, you're better with Blue. We're reinventing affordable health care for today and for generations to come. For all you do, you're better with Highmark Blue Shield.
Live to Giant Center High School Sports Live as we get set for the tip-off of the boys Quad A Championship between York and Cedar Crest. Greg Mace together with a very special presentation. We welcome Serena Corrigan from Giant Food, Deion Stafford and Joe Julius from Lower Dauphin High School. We're going to talk about their fundraising program and raising a lot of food for the Central Pennsylvania Food Bank as part of the Living Here, Giving Here program. Great program by Giants. Serena, talk a little bit about the motivation and what that's all about.
Absolutely, Greg. Giant's very proud to give back to their communities. In fact, last year, in 2013, Giant donated $25 million to different organizations throughout the geographic footprint in where we have our stores. This year, in partnering with High School Sports Live and the Central Pennsylvania Food Bank, we did a donation contest between the high schools on who could donate the most food that would go right back into the immediate community. And congratulations to Lower Dauphin for being the big winner this year.
All right, they raised 86 pounds of food, which was terrific during the course of games. Deion, talk a little bit about the pride you guys take and Falcon Nation in doing some of these community projects.
Oh my gosh, we have a lot of pride in Falcon Nation. You know, we love competition and we definitely embrace the challenge in this. And everybody came together. It was for a good cause. So everybody brought food, and it was great. It was really good, too.
Now, you're going to St. Joe's to play baseball.
Yes,
Joe
sir.
Julius to my left is going to kick at Penn State. The Falcon Nation, you guys have really kind of made a name for yourself. Talk about what it means for you guys when you go out and play in a game to get that kind of support from the students.
Well, first off, we just love to support our friends out there playing on the court. But it's just an atmosphere that we just try to build, and we want this to be here for the next 20 to 30 years. You know, it's kind of just like a big party for us. We get together every night, we watch a great game, support our guys, and we also have a lot of fun. And I think that parents enjoy to watch us, too.
Now, we're going to present a check a little bit later for Thon and Charlie. High School Sports Live has been involved in that as well.
Yeah, talking to Dave Bidding from the Lower Dauphin School District, the AD over there, does a great job with all the teams. How many championships they won this year, we're losing track, and teams are in the championships. But we're going to send a check to the school district with Thon in the memo. So I don't know why they chose Thon, but maybe we could talk a little bit about why the student section chose Thon, a great cause at Lower Dauphin.
Yeah, a lot of schools have gotten behind Thon this year.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, it's so big to our school. I mean, it's crazy how much we care about the kids, especially at our school. So we're going to give the money to them. They deserve it more than anybody in the world. They deserve it.
Deion Stafford, Joe Julius, Serena Corrigan, thanks for the support from Giant Food.
Proud to be here. Thank you, Greg.
All right. Thanks to them. Congratulations to Lower Dauphin. Coming up, the opening tip. It is the boys Quad A Championship, the final of 8 games in our marathon here at Giant Center as we continue live here on ABC 27.
Hey guys, just in time.
When Julie wanted to provide some stability for her two boys, she reached out to the Pennsylvania Housing Finance Agency for her home loan. We're proud we could help Julie and her family. If you're looking for an affordable home loan or refinancing option, give us a call. We offer down payment and closing cost assistance too. Call us weekdays 8 a.m. to 5 p.m. or check our website. We're the Pennsylvania Housing Finance Agency. We help homeownership dreams come true.
This new diet half and half's awesome.
Best part's the lemonade. Best part's a T. Lemonade! Tea! Lemonade! Tea! Lemonade! Tea! Lemonade! Tea! Lemonade!
So which half is your favorite?
And they're blended so perfectly, who cares? Tasty tea, tangy lemonade, 10 calories. Snapple diet, half and half. Made from the best stuff on earth.
Karen has 459 friends, but none of them made sure she got home okay. None of them suggested she skip the next drink, try a glass of water, or maybe just call it a night. Karen has 459 friends, but tonight, what she really needed was one good one.
It's always better when you get to pick your team. That's why I didn't just accept the regional health plan offered at work. I went to a Highmark Direct store and picked a more affordable plan with a broader network, one that I feel better with.
For the most value, you're better with Blue. We're reinventing affordable health care for today and for generations to come. For all you do, you're better with Highmark Blue Shield.
Game from Giant Center. York, Cedar Crest, High School Sports Live, presented by PHFA and Jack Giambalvo. Greg Mays, Charlie Fortney, Sam Sutton joining us for this game. Gary and Todd will be on the sideline. Well, certainly has been a great event so far, hasn't it? I mean, we've had a great time. What a great girls game. Hopefully we're going to cap it off with another great game. I want to talk about Cedar Crest, and I want to get right to the game-winning bucket. Andrew Udy, they tied it up in the final seconds as they had a chance to go to the finals. Their student section turned out in force. Charlie, this was just great drama again at this last semifinal game. We're going to watch those last two plays.
Well, and you got Cedar Crest is just destined. You can tell, just like West Perry was, they're coming in here with a sense of destiny. But the senior leader, Andrew Udy, he has waited his turn. 1.7 to go. It's a smart thing. Throw it to the big guy. Just get it. Wow, there's a nice pass.
One touch. With 1.7 seconds left, Andrew Udy made that bucket.
And this was Christian Leitner-ish, that he knew how much time. He didn't panic. This kid wears a size 18 shoe. I know him personally, know the family. 18 shoe. There's thoughts that this young man could end up 6'10" to 7 foot. Hopefully it doesn't happen by the end of this game for the York High Bearcats. Sam.
Well, let's talk, Sam, a little bit about your alma mater, York High, another great season. And they're coming in here with another chance for a district championship. A lot of these kids have obviously been here before. This is a program with a storied history here in the district championships.
Wow. I mean, we talked last night about York Catholic. This is becoming a regular scheduled vacation for York High. I mean, it's a regular scheduled game. Salute to Coach Sowers out there. But this team is good because there is no one guy you can key in on. On each night, you got Shiflett, you got Chris Johnson, you got Jair Wilson. It's a very good team. So I'm looking forward to those guys putting together and making a strong run tonight.
And what will it take for them to beat this Cedar Crest team, do you think, tonight?
It's going to take a together effort that by all 5 guys on the court, a great free throw shooting and taking care of the ball.
Charlie, this is the showcase game. I mean, this place, the lower ball is almost full now. And after we played 7 other games, this is a game that everybody kind of looks toward to be kind of the big finish to this district championship.
And you would feel like York has an advantage because of the experience being in this game. But we saw today already that an amateur team coming in destined is a theme so far. So it's going to be interesting to see if York can squash the Cinderella story pretty quickly with just some good, solid basketball. Like Sam said, I think the key for York is taking to the basket strong, not get rid of it too quickly, or the big guys for Cedar Crest could have their way eating those balls for lunch.
All right, that's our OSS Health pregame show. Back with the opening tip-off. It is the final game. York High, Cedar Crest next here on ABC 27.
Right now, drive a 2014 Buick LaCrosse for only $279 a month during the Jet Giambalvo Buick GMC 2014 kickoff event. That's an unbeatable $279 a month. Make 2014 your year for a new ride at Jet Giambalvo Buick GMC, 1390 Eden Road in York. It's Ram Truck Month at Stetler, and we've got the best truck there is, MotorTrend's Truck of the Year, the 2013 Ram. And now Stetler saves you up to $10,000 off MSRP, up to $10,000. Get your Ram now at Stetler, online at StetlerAuto.com.
This new diet half and half's awesome.
Best part's lemonade. Best part's of tea. Lemonade! Tea! Lemonade! Tea! Lemonade! Tea! Lemonade! Tea! Lemonade!
So which half is your favorite?
And they're blended so perfectly, who cares? Tasty tea, tangy lemonade, 10 calories. Snapple diet half and half. Made from the best stuff on earth.
Getting ready to jump center. York High, Cedar Crest, the boys Quad A championship. Man with the basketball is one of our longtime friends. Guy I've known since he was 14 years old. Used to be an usher at the Harrisburg Senators games. He and I used to give each other a hard time every night. I love Brett Lawson.
Well, Brett Lawson and I worked out at the Y together. Me, Brett, Bill Coleman. And I was just kidding with him. I said, they let anybody ref a game. He said, well, they let anybody broadcast the game. I was like, oh, shoot, I walked into that one.
He's one of the best. We have a lot of fun with Brent. Here we go. York High in the white, Cedar Crest in their blue. Quad A championship, and immediately a foul is called.
Well, in Quad A games, how about Sam and Greg? We've seen every year they call early quick fouls because these are some big boys, and they want to make sure early on these guys know who's in charge.
You know what? Right there, Jair earned that one. He's posting up really strong to start this game off.
Shift flip.
Kicking it back out. Johnson.
This is
Christopher Johnson.
This is my guy. I love this guy. I want to put him on a Penn State as a wideout, but I also want to take him to Penn State to play wing. Hey, Penn State should offer him in both.
There's Nick Miller. Hit that tying basket in the semifinal game, and we're off to a quick start, 2-2. Almost stolen away on the end line. Well, I think you're going to get just exactly what we expect in a Quad A game. Reminder, you can tweet us at AdvancedHoops1, AdvancedHoops.1, just simply 1. Quick rebound goes to Cedar Crest. Falcons going to run. Seth Daubert taking it to the paint, got fouled.
Seth Daubert, a spark plug for the Cedar Crest Falcons.
I'm going to suspect we're going to see a fast pace here. Just a guess.
Little contact there.
There was some clearing out on the other end with Udy and Wilson. They hit the deck together.
Daubert's first point.
Greg, when you talk about the crowd, it's one of the first times I've seen the end zone start to fill up around here. We start to see the fans start to curl around the corner with a thickness, I should say.
4-2 Cedar Crest. Opening minute. Jahar Wilson lost it, and you sit on that end.
What's interesting that I see right now, Greg and Charlie, is that Miller is guarding Jair Wilson. What that does is it gives opportunity for Udy to come over and help and use his length defensively.
Shiflett got hammered on the way up, but Wilson getting the roll. Look at Udy.
He has an obvious height advantage. it'll be interesting if they exploit that throughout the game.
Well, and Andrew Udy's also very long. He has the wingspan of someone not just 6'7", but someone 6'10". And Sam, I think you always had a longer wingspan of a 6'4" guard. That always made you more effective as a small forward in college.
Absolutely, absolutely. I think it's pretty similar to Jair Wilson. You know, though he's only 6'2", you would never know that. And it has a lot to do with those long arms there, good wingspan. So it's going to be a great matchup on the inside tonight.
Cedar Crest, here's Evan Horn.
Falcons early on, you can see the arms are bigger. They're thick.
Yes.
They're thick, little cornerback-like players. I mean, wow. And that's hurting York right now. They're not responding to that too well.
York scrambling to get off a shot. Here's Josh Butcher, end to end.
Butcher is good. I had the opportunity to see him on the AAU circuit, and he's very impressive.
Look at these back-to-back baskets, and York just kind of scrambling to just keep their offense intact, and both times Cedar Crest took advantage of some bounces.
I got to be honest, I thought on both occasions on those layups, York player was going to go up and block the shot, but I was amazed at the explosion of both guards, and that's important. Kids at home, when you're practicing layup, you got to practice an explosion, not horizontal, but vertically to the basket so that the defense can't block.
There's the Bearcat. That is a warm outfit. If there was an actual person in there, they'd be very warm. If there was an actual person in there. Well, Todd McCall and Gary Sutton are going to be in our coach's corner, but we're actually going to call it the coach's baseline today and get some thoughts from Gary and Todd.
Thank you, Greg. Gary and I first talked about one of the things we were agreeing with Charlie right away was the upper body of Cedar Crest and the stockiness, and we think that they can really run with York. Gary, you had some perspective on that too.
Well, York's a little young yet, but they can run the basketball well. However, I will say Cedar Crest has really been physical inside, and that's really been the difference in the game to this point.
And will this keep up? This is what we want to know, but this is going to have the making of a big 4A matchup. Greg?
Brandon Smallwood at the line gets his first point. Cuts the lead to 5 here. Watch the foul inside. And he makes the second.
And that's what York needs to do. Go to the hole and get some sympathy from the refs. You know?
Our other refs are Ron Kennard, Chris Fultz, joining Brent Lawson on the court today. Cedar Crest out of the Lancaster-Lebanon League. York obviously out of the York-Adams League. Horn had it blocked. Big block there by Wilson.
Not only do you have to worry about the 6'5" Chris Johnson guarding you, but here comes Jair Wilson, that long wingspan.
And I like
hung on to the camera. We go down court. Shiflett had it knocked out of his hands, and it'll stay down that end.
Shiflett got lucky there. Looked like the ball went off his knee or something there.
It also could have been a foul. He swiped across the body, but the refs are letting him play as much as they can.
York basketball down 4 early going. Boys Quad A District Championship. 8th of our 8 games here on ABC 27. Smallwood got the roll.
Smallwood is just a player that gets it done. He's not flashy. He just stays behind that rim. He has a great touch, and he finishes.
Udy got a second, and now a third attempt, and the third attempt was blocked. Wilson got the hand. Here comes York. Nope, here comes Cedar Crest.
You know, guys, while Cedar Crest is winning the ground game, Coach Troy has York playing the air game, and that's the key for them. If they can get this game going upward and keep it off the ground, advantage York.
Tom Smith, the Cedar Crest coach.
But I tell you, one of my keys of the game is that they take care of the ball, and right now they're not getting that done.
Falcons bring it up with a 2-point advantage. Coming up to the midway point of this first quarter. Christic couldn't stick it. Johnson with a rebound. Takes it all the way in and is fouled.
much does the extra 10 feet help a team like York? That's what I want to know. A team like York, the extra 10 feet of 94 compared to the 84 high school, I would think that would give York an advantage. So.
I can't say that right now because Cedar Crest has been pushing the ball right back at them. I mean, it's been pretty even as far as running up and down.
I guess what I'm thinking, when your arms aren't as thick, you don't want to be in a tighter space banging with these guys from Cedar Crest. But if you can have 94 feet to spread them out, then your angles, your height, your jumping, all that starts to pay off a little more.
I hear you.
Johnson's got 4. We're tied at 10. Good ball movement by the Falcons. Way outside is Butcher. Johnson skied high for that one.
Butcher has to get that. I mean, they had to get that ball inside. Udy had his man pinned.
How about the 3 ball by Shiflett?
For you people at home who watch our broadcast, I call him Big Shot Trey. That's all he does is make big shots.
Another one by Butcher from the outside. And it was hanging on the rim for a 3.
Stevie Dixon brings an element to the table.
That one wouldn't go.
Oh, look at Stevie
Got
Dixon.
it back. Another 3. Boy, are they hitting. Shiflett's got 2 threes. And Cedar Crest says, we got to talk this over. 3:02 left, first quarter. Look at these back-to-back shots. This will give York a 6-point advantage. There's 1, kicking it back out for 2. 16-10 York early here in the first quarter.
Tired of your old beat-up car? Make the switch.
Look how easy it is to make the switch to Hoffman Ford.
Right now, you can get $10,000 off the MSRP of the rugged new 2013 F-150 with Chrome package. Or make the switch to the 2014 Escape S starting at just $19,995. Or switch to the fuel-efficient 2014 Fusion S starting at just $18,695.
Make the switch to Hoffman Ford or visit us online at
HoffmanFord.com.
The York run is 12-0. 12 straight points for the York Bearcats. They've got a 16-10 lead.
And I like what Udy did there, because when he went up, he didn't release the ball. He said, I'm getting fouled no matter what on that. And it may not have been a foul, but he went with the right direction. It might have been a little tie-up, or they should have maybe let the ball go out of bounds. I don't know.
No, I thought it was a great call there, Charlie. I did. What I didn't like about the play is I didn't think Udy went up very strong there. I think he has a good body on him. I think he can create some more contact.
Todd, Gary, your thoughts?
Well, we want to talk a little bit about what we see. Big shot Trey Shiflett, though. If you watch every time he's releasing early, Gary and I picked it up.
Out of the last 3 possessions right now, you've got 5 blocks by York. They're so quick off their feet to the inside with Jair Wilson and Chris Johnson. And then you come down the other way in transition, and you see every single time Trey Shiflett releasing on a shot, and he is wide open on both sides. He's had 2 threes also in the last 3 possessions. Pretty outstanding stuff.
Now, that's a gamble right now inside, but they've got to get back on Trey Shiflett actually releasing early. Right?
Foul out front. Well, that run by York finally stopped with a free throw. Dennis Porter Jr. tweeting to us, York beat a team 2 years ago that he was on with 2 7-footers, and he thinks they can do it again. Loose on the floor. Inside, Shiflett missed. Udy got the rebound.
And I want to encourage anybody to go to YouTube and YouTube the Redland versus York District Championship game and watch Kelvin Parker make one of the most amazing alley-oop dunks against Redland on an out-of-bounds play. Amazing.
Evan Horn. Well, Cedar Crest now on a little short 3-0 run. That'll stop the bleeding here at the moment. Get them right back in the game. Not out of it at any point, obviously, but they had the lead. York took it over with a big run, and Cedar Crest has some momentum back.
Watch those passes there.
And we'll get a foul.
Cedar Crest really isn't going anywhere, so there's really no reason to foul them. Like, they're just passing and penetrating and not really keep them in front of you. York is the thought. It's going to be hard for those kids to guard spot at Cedar to shoot over.
Last guy you saw was your coach, Troy Sowers. Decked out in his orange shirt, black tie, school colors. Horn fell short. Udy's in the paint with a rebound. Another one of his patented hooks.
That jump hook is old school, baby. Old school jump hook.
That's effective. It's a very effective move. When you have a height advantage, you drop step to the middle of that lane, jump up, knock it down.
Lead down to one, wide open. Maddox. Tip. Look at Udy scrambling out of that. Horn taking it himself. What a bucket by Evan Horn.
Nice move by Horn.
Rebound, Cedar Crest.
Udy with the block. Udy asserting himself right now in a lot of different ways.
He has a major height advantage, and like you said, he has great width. And I mean, so I don't see why he wouldn't.
Final seconds, first quarter. Cedar Crest looking to add, and it's a blocking foul. And Steve Dixon says, me?
Good sportsmanship between Dixon and Cedar Crest guard. Evan Horn and Dixon exchange some sportsmanship.
The big fella Udy's looking a little tired right now.
Yeah, he is. And that's where the junior comes in. The 6'7" junior usually gives him a spell.
Follow, wouldn't go. We're playing an NBA pace here. Cedar Crest 17, York 16, end of one here on ABC 27. Pac Financial is helping local families build, manage, and protect their portfolios. Call Steve Marazzo to set up a free, no-obligation consultation at 564-6400 and receive a free $50 Giant gift card at the appointment. Team Pennsylvania is a high-level AAU boys showcase program that's trying out sophomores and juniors this Sunday, March the 2nd. For more information, go to advancedhoops.com. Miss PA and Mr. PA coming to the state of Pennsylvania this spring. 40 players will be nominated by fans. You can go to paball.com to vote. And as always, the Central Pennsylvania Basketball Officials Association Mid-Penn Conference All-Star Games coming up Sunday, March the 24th. A lot of great tradition in those basketball games. Hope you come out to East Pennsboro end of March to watch all these great players. And Advanced Hoops offering summer camp, spring training, shooting and ball handling classes for all ages. Go to advancedhoops.com. Greg Mays, Charlie Fortney, Sam Sutton, and our coach's corner tonight, Todd McCall and Gary Sutton, as we conclude our year's worth of great football, wrestling, basketball here on ABC 27.2. From the field, Cedar Crest, 7 of 18 in the quarter. York 5 of 12. The first shot doesn't fall for Cedar Crest, and York with a chance to take the lead. Double dribble.
Yeah, that's a good call, but
That's a good call.
I didn't even get a chance to see the play. I'm watching the rebound from Wilson. Wilson jumps over the rim to get the rebound.
That was a very impressive rebound.
Oh my God.
But as a big man, the kids at home, give that ball up and sprint the court and go finish.
Yeah. Jair Wilson's like, I'm not a big man. I'm a two-guard in college. I want to get some tweets on this game. Advanced Hoops won, folks. Tweet us.
We had a lot last night for the AAA game. That was great. We appreciate everybody watching and weighing in. There's no need to actually send us a letter now. You can actually tweet.
There's a limit on it, so I think we're good. I know a lot of people Facebooked me this morning and tweet, and were tweeting, asking me when the game was and what channel was on, so I know you guys are out there watching. Tweet me at Advanced Hoops 1.
We'll read them on the air. Brent Lawson calling the foul inside.
Cedar Crest doesn't want to take advantage of not having Udy, so they go with the two bigs. Andrew Eberhardt in at 6'7" as well. Twin Towers.
And Wilson will go to the line. He's got 2 shots to add to his 2 points.
I'm really enjoying just the attitude he's coming to this game with. He's come here like, look, I've been here, guys, and I'm going to lead the way. I'm really enjoying that.
Udy got the easy rebound. Tied at 17.
Yeah, Coach Tom Smith doesn't want to take the Udy factor out of the game, and I don't blame him.
Jimmy Kern. Soren Frost out front. Patience.
Great
And the
defense
patience by Trey Shiflett is right. Nice dish. To Sean Maddox.
Trey Shiflett's one of those players that doesn't look like the college profile per se, but plays at such a high level. He knows how to play the game. His instincts are off the charts.
Just missed. Did he get hacked on the way up?
I think so. Some contact down low there.
Christopher Thomas tweeting us, loves the play of Jahar Wilson.
Jair there. Jair, yeah.
Jahar Wilson. Wilson is an animal, says Chris Thomas.
We can count on Sam Sutton for proper pronunciations of the York Bearcats. He knows all these kids. That's your alma mater there, Sam.
It is. It is. It's great just to hit off the point. I mean, last night we had New Hope Academy win the single A district championship, and now you have York High in 4A. So it's a lot of talent in York.
Well, Dave Archer on the baseline. Maybe we'll get a sideline with him later because he got first district championship for his coaching resume.
Shot is blocked.
Eberhardt. He brings the other. Oh, now he's the only big in the game. Udy getting a much-needed break.
You got to get the ball into the big fellas. They're right there. They got their men pinned.
Yeah, but Eberhardt doesn't bring the presence that Udy does right at this point.
For 3, Dominic Garloff picks a good time for his first points of the game. And there's a travel caught against Wilson.
These kids are having fun. Garloff takes the 3, and on his follow-through, he puts up 3 fingers. He's used to that, I guess. Well, you make a 3 and get taken out. What's that all about? Garloff's like, what did I do wrong? No, he went right to the water bucket. He was tired.
Cedar Crest basketball up 1. What a nice pass by Horn. Kind of scrambles out of that. Udy spots it up to Eberhardt. Blocked and a foul.
That's a great job. Now, Eberhardt, in contrast to Udy, he got in there and he created contact, and that's how he earned the foul.
Yes, he did.
Yeah.
Doesn't have the same body, but it's all how you use it.
It's all how you use it.
Eberhardt hits his first early turnover, 6 to York and just 2 to Cedar Crest. Travis Sparks cranking out the material, cranking out the stats. We are blessed with 2 great statisticians.
You know, I got a text from a source reminding us that we have 2 district champions from the same division, the Steel High girls and the West Ferry girls, representing, I believe, the Capital Division. Well, I'll get a text back saying if I was wrong. So I'm relying on my source here.
That was a big foul because it put Jair Wilson on the bench. Now you have the Twin Towers in for Cedar Crest. You should take advantage on the inside.
Short jumper by DeMonte Shaw. York cuts the lead to 1. Almost halfway gone in the second quarter. Boys Quad A title game. York with some momentum. Maddox almost.
There was a guy right open, right up the sideline, and he could have made an easy pass to. Instead, he went for the big-time play and turned the ball over.
Well, Trey Shiflett's a leader because he didn't pounce on him, but he just said, "Hey, I'm open, buddy." He said, "You got to give me the ball."
That was a missed opportunity there for the Bearcats.
Butcher. Josh Butcher.
Now that's a 5-point turnaround there.
It is.
That's a 5-point turnaround. It's a 5-point play.
You miss 2 on one end, you give up 3 on the other.
Cedar Crest back up by 4.
It's on the screen, I believe.
And a foul, and going to the line will be Maddox.
Jay Sean is an energy guy. He comes in and he gets that team going.
And he hits. Todd, any thoughts there? You're kind of behind the great crowd. I kept talking about that. You're down the end there, and it's almost full. But
well, it's starting to pack in the backside. So we've had today has been the best crowd I think in all 3 nights. But when Gary and I are sitting here talking, a couple things come to mind. Is we've talked about patience in the half court, and Gary, where do you see in York what will they need to do to continually work Cedar Crest defense?
Well, the problem is they got Jair Wilson on the bench right now. They have to get inside touches, but if they don't get that, then they have to substitute with penetration and kicking it out and maybe find Shiflett open out there. They also want to get up the lanes here a little bit more and create more of a transition game.
Guys?
Daubert inside.
There's that void that Gary just mentioned. Jair Wilson's not in the game, so look, you get a wide open layup.
Cedar Crest doesn't like that. Their coach is Tom Smith. And Shiflett will go back to the line. So Butcher, who had that big 3 a minute ago, will take a quick rest. Sophomore hits.
We saw last year in the championship how tough this kid is.
Cedar Crest gets the rebound. It will not snow here in central Pennsylvania until Sunday. So we got plenty of time to get home after this game. You'll be all right. Meteorologist Greg Mace.
Yeah, they are calling for late Sunday night.
Which I think that'll be nice. It'll be nice to have some more snow.
I'm not shoveling. You come to shovel my house, Greg?
I'll be glad to. I'll be glad to.
He paid well.
Oh, I like shoveling. I'm very happy to have a neighbor who has a snowblower.
Must be nice.
Seth Daubert. Cedar Crest up 3.
I'm watching the York High bench. They're doing a great job at identifying the shooters.
The move by Dominic Garloff.
It's a 5-point lead.
Right back, look at Udy skying for the rebound.
Wow. I'm impressed with Udy's athleticism here. Even since the summer, seeing him a lot in the summer, but just how much he's gotten better.
How about that? You just called that one. Wow. Udy got the rebound, came right back down, and hit the shot.
On both ends, Udy is showing he came ready to ball.
And 2.
Which came off an excellent rebound as well.
Look at the crowd. Boy, that's a great crowd. I keep saying this. It is just, it's full in the middle and full to the N3 sections, and there's a lot of folks in the N3 sections as well. A lot of people in this area, I mean, you may not just be a fan of a specific team. A lot of people will just come out and watch all 3 games, both games. I know a lot of people come to the state championships and stay here for all 4 games each day. All right, I'm being corrected on a name pronunciation. Booker.
Well, I will be
Josh Booker.
I will be parting
Thanks, Taylor Coffey.
for the next moment. We're getting ready for a big plaque presentation that'll honor a lot of the sponsors, Greg, that have helped High School Sports Live make this possible this year. So
They'll be all at center court.
At Hannah Hoops Boys, Charlie corrected you. They said it's 2 champions from the Mid-Penn Capital girls, but also 2 champions from the Mid-Penn Keystone Boys.
And we needed that communication. Thank you for interacting in our broadcast.
So that's the Susquehanna Township boys who played a great game.
2 field goals in the last 9 minutes for York. And a steal went off the end line.
Wow, he went in his pocket and swiped him there. I didn't even see that coming. That was an excellent steal.
So York gets it, and they'll kick it back out to Wilson. Johnson almost had the 3. What is the call?
Not sure. See what happens here. I feel like Johnson rushed that shot.
Schiff will go to the line.
Let him battle out there, ref. Let him battle.
You know, gentlemen, one of the things that Coach Sutton and I are just thinking about as we just saw that is just this is where this game, Cedar Crest is making this game half court right now. Gary, they need to get more focused half court.
Well, they really do, and they don't have a focus right now. They're kind of wandering and end up kind of taking excuse-me shots instead of a focus shot out of their offense. You can't just shoot it when you want. It's got to come out of some kind of offensive pattern.
And remember, guys, we're just giving the coaching perspective. I might have been going a little crazy on that last 3 right there, Sam Sutton.
I thought he had an opportunity. With his driving ability, he should have pump fake and went right around him. He rushed it, but it's his first time on this stage, so I'll give him a pass right now.
Coach and dad and mentor. That's what I love. You know, we got to forget. We're talking about 15, 16-year-olds.
Auburn couldn't get it to fall, and got hit.
Yeah, I saw that. Popped right in the face there. They have to do a better job at boxing out on the inside.
Jerry Wilson. Well, little contact underneath, huh? Andrew Eberhardt has his 3rd point.
You know what? You can argue Eberhardt has been a player of the game thus far. He's put Jair Wilson on the bench twice now.
Nice free throw shooting form. He's got 4 of the 33 in the lead, 33-26. The Falcons. Under a minute left here in the first half. Nice cut. Doesn't work. Underneath. Wow. Henry Favors. Five-point lead, and now Cedar Crest likely to take 1 here.
Got like a foot height advantage on the inside there. I want to get the ball to Udi right now.
See when they start to go. It's loose in the backcourt. Where's it going to go? Back to Cedar Crest.
You almost want to let that one go right out of bounds there rather than touching it. He actually saved the defender.
Watch.
That's a little too much. Hits the back of the hill.
Yeah, just let it go.
Let it go. Yeah. Great hustle. I appreciate the hustle, DeMonte. But let that ball go out of bounds.
Cedar Crest gets it in. Got to bring it up quickly. Horn to the basket. Evan Horn.
That's where you miss Jair Wilson.
Well, some clutch shots here by Cedar Crest in this second half. Cedar Crest 35, York High 28. Halftime coming up in a special presentation. First, though, we'll go 101. Charlie Fortney, Todd McCall, and Advanced Hoops.
Charlie, you play Division I basketball, and I noticed you picked the warmer climates to play your college basketball career.
That's where the Carolina Blue comes
That's right. So you're playing Division I basketball. You go on to be a coach, but you also played in the NBA Developmental League, and I remember many times here in the area, in the Harrisburg Hammerheads that you played for. But more importantly, Charlie, you're a family man. Family comes first. When did you sit down with your family and envision that this Advanced Hoops going on to be 13 years, 1,000 players, 36 AAU teams, and the development of players, both character and, I would say, offensively, defensively?
Actually, it wasn't until about 2005, 2006 that I actually realized, you know, I can do this full time. I was actually 4 or 5 years into developing the program, Advanced Hoops. I was still working toward coaching at a high school. I assisted at Central Dauphin and I was assistant coach at Penn State Harrisburg under Kurt Ream. So I stayed involved in the game. But basically, you know, the game is all about mentorship, not just coaches to players, but other coaches to other coaches. And a coach who's currently coaching this area that I have a lot of respect for is talking to him about coaching at a local high school, applying for a local job. And he said, I don't know why you would do that. He said, because you're in a great position right now in influencing kids from all schools all over the region. And he says, guys like me envy that. You know, we would like to have that influence, and that seems to fit more your gift areas, Charlie. And the day that coach, who I look up to a lot, made that statement, he has over 500 plus wins, it hit me that he's right. I don't have to be another coach that needs to win a conference or win a league. But I'm winning by using my gifts. I'm teaching a kid how to shoot a ball. The triple threat, which is a staple of my teaching and my game and players I've coached. Just to have a program like this for the area, there's some significance in that. And that day, I think I fell into some peace. It fit my family dynamic. We have 6 kids. I want to spend time with them. A lot of people don't know that. I got a starting 5 and a sub off the bench. But Advanced Hoops fit all those needs.
For the full interview, go to advancedhoops.com.
Halftime here at Giants Center. Cedar Crest with a 35-28 lead over York in the boys' Quad A title game. Now for a special presentation. Public address announcer Bob Schellenberg.
Ladies and gentlemen, today it gives us great pleasure to recognize and thank the many outstanding sponsors throughout Central Pennsylvania who make it possible to broadcast high school basketball games and wrestling matches featuring our outstanding student athletes. These matchups across the mid-state included York County for the first time this year and this week's district championship games. We ask you please hold your applause as we honor these outstanding sponsors. First, our high school sports live premier sponsor, the Pennsylvania Housing Finance Agency and their representative, Daryl Rotz. Thanks to High School Sports Live major sponsor of York broadcasts and events, John Giambalvo of Giambalvo Family of Dealerships. Special thanks, Hoffman Ford, being represented by, you can call me Ryan Hoffman. The Brenner Family of Dealerships, represented by Waverly Parker. Thank you, Giant Foods. Serena Corrigan, representing Giant Foods. Special thanks, Dr. William Ulmer, representing OSS Health. From Capital Region Insurance Company, Warren Stump, thank you. Stephen Marazzo, PAC Financial. Stephen Marazzo here today, thank you. And from the Big 33, as well as the Big 13, the Big 26, thank you, Dave Trimber. Of course, there are many other sponsors not able to be with us today, but we equally thank them. Dauphin County Commissioners, Dr. Pepper Snapple, Select Medical, Groff Tractor and Equipment Incorporated, Penn State Hershey Medical Center, Herco, LA Sports, Highmark. All of these people have made it possible for you to sit at home and watch outstanding wrestling and basketball this past year. Thank you. We are also proud to announce that High School Sports Live, in partnership with Giant Foods, pleased to recognize the student section from Lower Dauphin High School. They're better known as the Falcon Nation. They have collected and donated more than 86 pounds of food this season for the Central Pennsylvania Food Bank. And special thanks to all of our participating schools for your contributions as well. Living here, giving here is certainly alive in Central Pennsylvania, and together we are fighting hunger. Thank you to all of our schools. And finally, a special thank you to our media sponsors, Penn Live Patriot News, York Daily Record, Game Time PA, as well as the Carlisle Sentinel. And thank you. What a job these broadcasters did for Sports Live. Special co-hosts were Charlie Fortney, Greg Mate, Sam Sutton, Gary Sutton, McCall, Jeff Thompson, George Hartwick, John Reppitz, and HSSL team for bringing us another exciting year of winter sporting events. Exciting basketball, exciting wrestling on the air. Thank you. And once again, it would not have been possible without these people presented here today and those I mentioned. A big thank you to all of our great sponsors. Thank you for making it possible for the student athletes of Central Pennsylvania to appear live. What an experience for them, and you are responsible for that. Thank you.
Bob Schellenberg, thank you. Thanks to all the great sponsors, and without them, this doesn't work, and we are thrilled to be a part of this on ABC 27 for the 4th consecutive year. Halftime report continues. 35-28, Cedar Crest on top in the boys' Quad A championship game.
Right now, drive a 2014 Buick LaCrosse for only $279 a month during the Jack Giambalvo Buick GMC 2014 kickoff event. That's an unbeatable $279 a month. Make 2014 your year for a new ride at Jack Giambalvo Buick GMC, 1390 Eden Road in York.
Are you coming down for lunch?
There's a place where kids really connect to learning.
You getting hungry?
Commonwealth Connections Academy. It's a tuition-free, fully accredited online public school where students find devoted, enthusiastic teachers and a program that gives them everything they need to succeed.
Lunch is getting cold.
All of which means that Connections Academy students get wrapped up in school like never before. Commonwealth Connections Academy, the online public school.
Good day at school? Great day at school.
This new diet half and half's awesome.
Best part's lemonade. Best part's a tea. Lemonade! Tea! Lemonade! Tea! Lemonade! Tea! Lemonade! Tea! Lemonade!
So which half is your favorite?
And they're blended so perfectly, who cares? Tasty tea, tangy lemonade, 10 calories. Snapple diet half and half. Made from the best stuff on earth.
Do you have a game plan for retirement and college education?
In today's turbulent economic landscape, navigating the market to ensure a secure retirement can be challenging. PAC Financial can help guide you every step of the way.
I define financial independence as when work is optional and retirement's affordable.
So when life throws unexpected obstacles, you can still win the game.
Hi, I'm Steve Morazzo. Contact us today for your free, no-obligation consultation.
Our halftime report is presented by Highmark. Falcons are up 35-28, Cedar Crest over York at halftime. And our Kelly Sporting Goods stats, Travis Sparks telling us that York is 8 of 19 from the field, Cedar Crest 13 of 29. Free throws just about even, rebounds just about even. York's turned the ball over a lot. Racehorse basketball is almost like an NBA pace there
Yeah.
in that first half, at least for that first quarter.
Well, I'm surprised, not surprised, but for Cedar Crest, it's an advantage to have 10 more opportunities. You would think the York Bearcats would be on the receiving end with their athleticism of more opportunities, but no, Cedar Crest has given their team a chance. Both teams shooting well from the foul line, rebounds, pretty close to the same. Turnover difference here, Cedar Crest only 2. York 8. It's been the difference.
All right, so what does it take now for Cedar Crest to keep this up? They're making some great shots, making a lot of good ball movement.
Well, they just need to know that York Bearcats has a run in them every time they dribble down the court. So they got to keep from runs and keep doing what they've done to get them here, Sam.
Themselves together right now. They're going to have to figure out a way how to defend better and keep Jair Wilson on the court. At the same time, Cedar Crest is going to have to keep banging inside.
Yep.
So here we go, second half. We pointed it out many times. Terrific crowd here at Giant Center. York starts out there in the white, orange numerals. Cedar Crest in the blue.
Now this is where Shiflett becomes important because of his ability to shoot the three ball.
Still early. You really don't need three-pointers yet.
York controlling at the basketball for the opening 40 seconds of the half. And they finally take a shot, and Udy got a hand it on it.
He ran into a tree there.
Oh,
he saw clear lane, and then it closed really fast.
Sam, that was the best statement you made all year. Well put. You know, that reminds me of playing against George Murison in Romania. No lie, 7'7".
You played against him?
I played against him in an exhibition game. I was playing with people-to-people sports over in Romania, and I always tell people this story. I took a shot on the fast break. Didn't think anybody was there. I thought, you know, and I ran down court thinking the layup went in. Apparently George Murison was like trailing from behind, and his big arm reached over top and cleared it off the bankboard. And I was running down court wondering why people weren't cheering for the layup. And my teammate during timeout said, "You didn't." He blocked that. He didn't only block it. He grabbed it and threw it to his teammate.
I'll tell you, he was like 7 foot what?
7'7". His number was 77.
Okay,
yep.
okay.
I got a picture of him with him, and I look like I'm 4'2" in that picture. I show it to my kids. It's a portfolio of photos I've kept over the years.
We've actually run into him a couple of times on the AAU circuit last year, and we have kids with our little fifth graders, and he's like they're at his knees.
And he's living in the country?
Yes,
oh,
he's
wow.
in Baltimore.
Well, there was a rumor when we were in Romania that he only had a certain amount of years to live because of the growing man's disease, I forget what that's called. But apparently he's gotten through that and is living a long life here.
Udy missed. Big rebound for York, and they trail by 9.
He was in that movie Big and Tall, right? Yeah. With Danny DeVito.
Slapped, and a foul goes against Seth Daubert.
I like when Dixon comes in for York. There's just something. He set up the Shiflett 2 threes. When Dixon's on the court, it allows Shiflett not to have as much responsibility, and he does bring a penetration to the team that they don't have when he's not in the game.
The thing is Dixon is a point guard. Shiflett is just learning the position right now, so it does take a lot of pressure off of him in those moments.
Smallwood has a shot blocked.
Evan, nice shot, nice block.
Excellent block.
York took it right away. There's Dixon backing it out, and it goes the other way. Sam brought up a picture there of George. Look at that. George Murison.
At his belly button.
Yeah, the kid comes right up, to just almost his waist. Right. That's great. Rebound comes away to Nick Miller.
One of my bright young stars, Kelvin Matthews there.
Udy kicking it back out. Seth Daubert. Nice rebound by Miller. They get another crack at it, but York will get it back.
Jair Wilson with another block. He is such an intimidating force in the paint.
Johnson. Stuck.
I was gonna ask Sam to go get that for us off the corner. Got a special perspective here coming from our coach's corner. These guys are ready to go.
You guys could have gotten that, couldn't you?
Well, we would certainly try. One of our perspectives that we've just seen is one of the things I wanted to talk about was Udi picking up his physicalness. In that first quarter, I thought he didn't bring that inside presence. Now he has the presence. But on the York side,
I'm seeing two things right now. Cedar Crest has shut off every kind of penetration York can get. Meanwhile, with shots like that on the other end, they're getting penetration against the York's wider defense here, which is allowing them to find their big men open inside either for layups or 15-footers like that.
Nice.
Udi's got 9. Off balance, wooden roll, and some big trips now for York. The lead now 11, and you don't want this to get away from you.
Cedar Crest just has a confidence level that's really good for, to win a district goal here. So York High is going to have to match and exceed that now, especially being down 11 points. Free throws are premium.
York won their first district championship in 1925. I did not cover that game. I know that seems hard to believe. York beat Lancaster 25-24. That's when there was a single class. 1924 to 1939. Now, it always hasn't been Quad A, AAA, obviously.
No, I don't know if it's on there, but I knew Steel High won a state championship in 1927.
Well, yep.
Oh, and that was when there was no playoffs.
Right.
They were just ranked. And
Yeah.
I remember when you're from Steelton, you know all that stuff.
Yep, they won a bunch in there. Won a bunch when there was a single class there. And then, obviously, all of this has evolved over the years and the different classes. And eventually, we have the 4 classes that we have now.
9-point game. It's important for York to make a move because this Cedar Crest team has the strength of ball players and characters to hold a lead.
Josh Booker.
I'm thinking York High is going to have to go to a man-to-man defense. They have too many shooters, and Udi's a nice target at the high post and a good passer, as you saw there.
I'm going to start calling Josh. I'm going to call him Josh the Butcher from 3.
Now, Charlie, watch out. Taylor Kaufman at home. She gave us the correct pronunciation.
Booker.
Yeah.
Booker. You know what? I should know better. We have several Bookers in my training program. It's pronounced the same way. I stand corrected.
Evan Horn.
Udi tried to hold off on the foul, and then he got tempted to try to. At the last second, he wanted to grab that ball. Now he has 2.
That's the second time he's used that behind the back move. It's very effective in getting the paint. The only difference is this time, Jair Wilson is in the game, contested it, and you have a missed layup.
Dixon.
This is number 3 on Andrew Udi, guys. It's 3 minutes and 7 seconds in the third. Here comes his counterpart, the junior.
He had a great presence in the first half. Eberhard did. So
Eberhard is
I think they'll be fine.
Eberhard.
He just traded out a 6'8" guy for a 6'7" guy, or a 6'7" guy for a 6'8" guy.
We're talking about an inch difference.
It works.
I agree with you, Sam. If he keeps playing the way he did in the first half, like right there, he blocked 2
Block
shots.
Rebound, secured, outlet. It's pretty good there.
He's chewing gum while he's playing, too. It's no big deal. He's like, whatever.
That drives me crazy.
When kids do that. Hey, it's not our era.
Horn.
Watch Horn. I don't know if we have a replay here, but I'm telling you, watch Horn use his body to fend off the foul. Watch this. This is how you do it, guys. It could be, might be an in-the-air foul.
I thought it was an offensive foul. How we
Yeah.
I
I didn't mean that. I meant to use it in a different way, but that was. The refs missed that one. I'm going to get all kind of text messages to leave him alone.
Horn has 9 points, and the lead is 13. Cedar Crest looking for their first district title in school history.
One of our sponsors during the class, was like, wait, it just seems like, does York have like reserved seats during the Quad A game? Because every year we do the sponsor recognition, they're like, it's always York in it. At least it seems like it.
Yeah, they're always over there, right behind the bench. Maddox hits.
I think it's a great time to get some more York sponsors in. They see that.
I'll tell you, one thing I want to give a good shout out to. Oh, wow. Coach Troy Sowers. You can say what you want, but he doesn't face in Quad A competition day in and day out, the competition that the District 3, the teams in the Harrisburg area do to prepare for playoffs. So he gets his team ready to get here, and he coaches his team. He improves them to peak at the end of the season, Sam.
Absolutely. Absolutely. I mean, this year I've really, he's earned my highest respect as far as on-the-court coaching, because this group wasn't expected to be here. And once again, they're here. So, I mean, he's a mainstay here.
He just wants to win at this time.
Well, York's got to start hitting these free throws. They don't want this game to get away from them. Advanced Hoops 1, you can tweet us. Sam's got the iPad right in front of him. We see them immediately. We'll read them on the air. Advanced Hoops 1. Glad to get your feedback, thoughts on this game, thoughts on the broadcast. Want to make any comments about us, pro or con? We're happy to read them. Always good feedback. No sense putting the letter in the mailbox. Here's Evan Horn across the line.
There goes that arm again. That was an offensive foul. They're missing him.
Coach Troy didn't even pick up on that himself, or he probably would have been calling for it.
Off, there it is.
That was a wonderful play by Jair Wilson. It's not too often you expect him to do that.
I don't think he had any choice. Evan Horn was going through him anyway. Oh, wow. That was a nice charge call. A nice charge set, I should say. Sam, I like you in your vest, dude.
Thank you very much.
What time does that go back again? Gary got you on that one.
Yeah, he did. Yeah, he did.
Guy's coming to pick it up a little bit later.
Greg, we're not.
But he got a tweet, though. He said, Sam's looking sharp in his suit.
Greg, we're not like you. We don't have 10 of these to rotate for every night, you know?
Yeah.
We're at the, okay. We're on a 4 or 5 rotator and dry cleaners every 2 weeks, brother.
Listen, as long as I wear a dark coat on the air, nobody knows the difference.
I know Todd down there. You know, he's bow tie Jackson on the baseline over there.
They're battling down there. Look at these guys getting in there.
Scrapping on the baseline, right in the paint right there. Wow, look at that. It's like a rugby scrum.
Hey, Charlie, I had to look good today. It's my 1-year anniversary broadcasting. My first game was this game last year.
That's right.
Is that the game you talked me into doing this?
Yeah, I did. I won't tell the folks at home how I got here. I have some blackmail. You guys don't want to know what kind of tapes I have in Charlie.
Well, you're trying to hang around here, and they got to start making these free throws and got to go on a little run here. And certainly the last minute 18 important to them here in the third quarter.
My keys to the game at the beginning were free throws, made free throws, and were turnovers. So they're going to have to knock these down.
Wilson has 6. Makes it a 10-point lead. You whittle away. Andrew Eberhardt going to take a seat for the last minute 18.
Hey, Dave Berman, he said, hi, guys. From Dave Berman. There was a tournament in 1927. Stilton beat Winburg 31-24 in the first round of states.
That's some good history.
And meanwhile, Jair Wilson saying, pay attention to what we're doing, guys, because he's going to work, putting the pressure on the Falcons on the offensive glass.
You're right.
Speaking of tweets, Tom Conrad, scout for the Wizards, sent me a note last night just complimenting us on the broadcast, what we're doing in Central Pennsylvania. Tom Conrad, Washington Wizards professional scout. He said he wants to see us this summer. Come up and check us out.
Excellent.
Adrian Boxley, thanks for the compliment on the telecast.
I actually sent him a note back saying, when's the next trial for the Wizards? He just hasn't responded back to me, guys.
You have pro experience. They're playing a lot better this year.
I actually played against Scooter Berry, guys. Scooter Berry in the CBA.
For him. Cedar Crest down court. Quick break, nice move. Great move inside.
What was great about that play, there was a diagonal cut to the center of the court. He came and received that ball and got a great assist.
There's Dixon, and there's Shiflett.
And he gets the roll.
Dixon and Shiflett have been on that 3 times tonight.
Big shot Trey, he's at it again. see if Cedar Crest can get through this quarter without their bigs on the court. Right now they're up 8.
Block.
Good hustle.
Oh.
Fourth foul on Wilson.
But how about the hustle from York High?
Sometimes you got to work smarter, not harder, though. And I think that was one of the spots right there, Charlie.
Dave Berman, our friend Dave Berman, reminds us that he gave Charlie one of his first radio interviews, WHYL in Carlisle in '89. You remember that?
Actually, Dave, I'm going to tell you that I have the cassette tape at home. I don't know I have anything to play it in.
That's what I was thinking.
But
I have one.
But I have that actual tape because I listened to it probably about 7 or 8 years ago as I was going through some boxes. And I said, what's this all about?
Evan Horn.
Yep.
Follow. Another follow. Tip. That'll go.
I don't know about that one. I don't think that goes. I think it's 2 shots.
No, it didn't go. No. The person who got fouled wasn't the person who made the shot.
Nick Miller. He sent to the line.
All right, so Nick Miller will go to the line.
Cedar Crest is wise. They might want to get Udy out here and not get a cheap foul.
That's smart. Sam, you were thinking like a coach. Speaking of our coach's corner, I'd love to hear what these guys have to say after this quarter. Our expert analysts, McCall and Sutton.
We have played 3 quarters. 47-38. The Falcons 8 minutes away from their first district championship. Thank many of our sponsors, Pack Financial, for their help during the year. Pack Financial helping local families build, manage, and protect their portfolios. Call Steve Marazzo to set up a free no-obligation consultation at 564-6400 and receive a free $50 Giant gift card at the appointment. Team Pennsylvania is a high-level AAU showcase program. They're trying out sophomores and juniors coming up Sunday. AdvancedHoops.com. Mr. PA and Miss PA coming to the state of Pennsylvania this spring. 40 players will be nominated by the fans. We'll narrow it down to 5 players. PABall.com to vote.
Yep.
And the York White Rose Lions will play their senior all-star game, YAIA senior all-star basketball game, March 23rd at Northeastern High School. All the proceeds going to Army Corporal Matthew Haynes. One of our first breaks, maybe one of our first timeouts, I'm going to give a shout out to the rink crew here and the folks who kind of break all this down. We're going to show you a time lapse of how they will get this arena and the Giant Center ready for hockey in the course of about 4 hours. We're going to show that to you in one of the breaks coming up here in the fourth quarter. From the field, third quarter, York's only shooting 20%, Cedar Crest 44%.
I don't know if I agree with that call. It looked like it went off York clearly, but
I do respect they conferred with each other. They checked and see who had the better look.
A little inbound. Johnson. Shiflett will back it out. A lot of big trips now. And a whistle and a foul. Charlie, we got a question and a tweet. What time's the tryout tomorrow? Where is it? They have to obviously register in advance.
Team Pennsylvania tryouts are online at advancedhoops.com, I believe. Depending on the tryout, whether it's boys or girls, it could be 1:30 if you're a sophomore. It could be 3 o'clock if you're a junior. And the girls' tryouts are at 5 and 7:30 respectively, whether you're a 10th or 11th grade. But yeah, it's on.
It's all pending due to weather right now.
It's coming later, so we have no plans in canceling at this point. It's coming later in the day from what Greg Mace is talking to us
And
about.
I'm very reliable when it comes to weather, but you're right.
You never know. You never know. But do keep an eye on the website in case there's any possible changes.
AdvancedHoops.com for all that information. 47-38, and Cedar Crest is just kind of holding tight with this lead.
You know, two teams from York District have a chance. New Hope Academy won the single-A district championship last night. David Archer's down there prepping for an interview with Todd. We'll hear from him in a little bit, but basically his first and New Hope's first championship. Greg, you talked to Isaiah Anderson last night. There's a chance for the school to be shut down.
Yeah, that was quite a story, and what a great momentum boost for them. Nick Miller's got 6. York going for a 3, rolls in and out.
We haven't talked enough about Cedar Crest's defense. They're actually doing a good job limiting York.
I agree.
Cedar Crest can be patient here.
Your guys are going to have to make Horn go left.
Booker. Horn, one to the baseline. Smallwood clears the boards. Here come the Bearcats. Shiflett. Oh, if he had gotten that to roll. Oh, York's going to need those breaks down the stretch here. They got to start converting the 2s, maybe getting a 3, maybe getting a foul in 1, bucket in 1, I should say. And free throws so very important now for York to keep cutting into this lead. Shiflett. His 13th point. And another. 14 for Shiflett. A little bit of pressure here by York. Double team. Goes out of bounds. Todd McCall. All yours.
Greg, I'm here with David Archer, winning coach, New Hope, single-A champions. How does that sound, Coach?
Sounds great. Sounds great. Exciting.
You know, one of the things to save New Hope we've been talking about, I thought that there's now a lot of momentum in favor of you guys and saving your school. Can you talk a little bit about that?
Yeah, we're really excited. I woke up and read the newspaper this morning. A lot of generation. We generate a lot of good energy, information. My phone's been ringing, Facebook and everything. So that's all we want to do is bring their awareness to a point.
I just thought your kids played so well and did so many nice things, but we want your perspective here on what York will maybe have to do, because you know them very well, to get back in this game. There's a 3 by Trey, so that's going to be now 49-43.
I mean, at this point, York High has a championship mentality. They just got to come out and play exactly what they're doing right now, and it's a layup as we speak. Exactly what they got to have to do. They got to just play.
Hey, this is nice to have Coach Archer over here, guys. Now he can relax, get ready for state playoffs. He's got him a gold medal, and just as he talked, he kind of gave York some new momentum. Greg?
Well, a lot of momentum all of a sudden there for the York Bearcats, who have suddenly cut this lead to 4.
That was awesome. Archer and McCall became commentators during the interview, and I'm glad because those are some big baskets. Shiflett is a competitor. I gotta say, Shiflett's one of my favorite basketball players to watch. He has a heart that's bigger than a lion. I don't even know if lions have big hearts, though.
They do in the movies.
Okay.
I'm wondering what happened to the UD presence. He started off the game very strong.
Well, traveling, and now York on a run, and they can capitalize on a turnover, and what seemed to be a pretty safe lead for Cedar Crest. Suddenly, we got ourselves a great finish coming. 5:34 left, fourth quarter. in a game that was almost casually moving along. Cedar Crest was sitting on the lead. Both teams would occasionally hit, and suddenly York capitalizing on turnovers and momentum. 5.5 left. They're cut into the lead, and will that go? That's a big grab by Evan Horn.
You know, I think it's worth pointing out that as soon as Dave Archer started being interviewed, the championship buzz in York started swinging the York way, and that was some good luck for York High for sure. This big guy has to establish himself.
And will they get another shot out of that? They get the foul.
And the foul was not on Wilson, just so fans at home know. That was a clean block, but they called it on the floor.
Did you call it a block? He took the ball from him.
Yeah, he did. Exactly.
Hey, we got a tweet from our longtime friend Mark Clark, the Camp Hill basketball coach. Thanks for the compliments on the telecast. Congratulations to West Perry and the Steel High girls. 2 district titles from Mid-Penn Capital.
I'll tell you what, Mark's a class act. They got to know Mark years ago when he first started coaching. Tried to get him to be a coach, and then he moved over to Camp Hill, and was a good opportunity for him, and I'm glad to see him involved. He had a daughter that went on to college, I think, to play tennis.
Right.
Had a knee injury, and she went to play tennis because her dad probably wore her out being the head coach. I'm just kidding. Now, Mark's a good guy. But Mark has some nice ball players over there. Leah Springer and some good players at Camp Hill to work with.
Lead is down to 3 on the Shiflett basket.
Shiflett wants his game bad. You can see it in his eyes right now.
They're going to kick it back out. Who's got it? Loose on the floor, and they got to push.
You got 2 Bearcats that are down right now. Got DeMonte Shaw and Chris Johnson.
They got a Falcon down, too. It's almost like we got a whole host of bear names, cat names, Falcon, bird names.
Dom Garloff was down. A lot of scrambling. I mean, everybody's digging for every 50-50 ball on the floor now.
You know what? I'm watching Schiff. I just wish people could have a close-up at this kid's face. He's the kid that's at the court by himself when nobody else is there, thinking of these moments, practicing these moments. This is a gym rat young man, and you can see it because he has a character inside of him in these moments. We saw it last year, guys.
Johnson.
We saw it at the High School Sports Live this year earlier against Redline.
Yeah. These young fans have a front row seat for this one.
That's one of my All-Sport Rings basketball players there. That's Toby Stokes. So you'll see him in a Bearcat uniform.
Okay, the Falcons are still up 3.
Udy got the rebound. Cedar Crest basketball coming up to the halfway point of the 4th quarter. Boys Quad A finals. Greg Mace, Charlie Fortney, Sam Sutton. Booker goes out of bounds.
I agree with you, Sam. What happened to the Udy presence? What happened to getting the big guy the ball? He did get it, gave it back out. I'd like to see him rip through and attack the rim.
Absolutely.
York's last lead was with 4:58 left in the 2nd quarter. And an offensive foul.
No, caught a block.
Oh, did they? Okay.
Caught a block.
That's number 4 on Udy. That's number 5 on Udy.
Wow.
Here comes the junior.
Let's see what we got here.
That's a 50-50 ball there.
On that note, I'll say good call, ref. Because that could have gone either way.
Well, his presence will be missed.
That's a from York High good call, ref. No, that's you're supposed to do that, Sam.
It hit him on the side. I mean, he had good position. Jair did duck his shoulder, but it was on the side. It was interesting.
You know, guys,
good to see.
Gary Sutton brings up a great point. Gary, you're talking about York, and as long as Wilson can stay on the floor, they've got to have him on his floor right now.
Wilson is like the Moses below. He's relentless down the stretch. He You're going to see him go inside for everything with Udy out of there now. He was taking Wilson out of the game offensively before. Now York High can start going back inside again, and as he catches the ball, the defense has collapsed. You're going to see a lot more cutting by the York High players to the outside as well.
York's missed their last 5 from the line. That ends that streak.
Yeah, they certainly could have helped themselves out.
50-48.
Cedar Crest needs a basket.
Well, got a foul back down that end.
Now, and that's foul shots, and that's not a good foul because now you're going to give Cedar Crest easy basket, stopping the clock. When you already had momentum on your side, not good.
So Seth Dauber will go to the line. Brandon Smallwood's got the boards. Under 4 minutes left. York looking for their first lead since the first half. Shiflett. Here comes Booker. They'll back it out. Double team. Got it away. Nice pass by Booker. Daubert scrambling around. Now, Cedar Crest taking their time, but boy, it's great York defense. They've been all over the ball. Across the paint. Short jumper. Miller. Big bucket by Nick Miller.
Huge bucket for Cedar Crest there.
Nick Miller's been nicely shooting foul shots for West Perry in the last game.
Bumped it up inside. Can they get the tip to go?
Good Johnson.
Yeah, last touch. Last touch by Johnson.
I wasn't sure where the referee was playing there.
Kennard does a great job. When he makes a call, you don't question it.
The Mid-Penn group of officials doing a terrific job here today. Under 3 minutes left. Cedar Crest looking for their first district title. Booker, nice dish. Get it to Miller. Low to Eberhardt, and he's traveled.
Thought about it too much. Make a move, big fella, make a move.
Long low, inside.
Yeah. Definitely traveled there.
2.5 left. York down 4. Right play. Wilson.
Now I know what Joe Proctor was talking about last summer in Vegas, how big he played against 6'7", 6'8". Jair Wilson plays so much bigger than his frame. I will give him at least 6'3", though, Sam.
Yeah, 6'3".
2 minutes left.
And a half. And 3/4.
Foul out front. Foul out front against Dixon. Boy, is the crowd into this game. Alan Fry tweeting us, come on, York High, bring 3 district titles back to York this week.
Catholic, New Hope, and this will be number 3.
York Adams League well represented. Seth Daubert. Big rebound. York with a chance to tie or to take their first lead since the first half. Big rebound. Smallwood kicked it right back out. Shiflett again. Another rebound, and it is Wilson. 52 all.
Jair Wilson is asserting himself on the inside now that Udy is out of the game.
Shiflett made a good decision not to just bang a 3, but to take it to the rack.
And Cedar Crest will call a timeout. We will keep it right here. Well, pretty good game. That's an understatement.
I'm trying to catch my breath, ladies and gentlemen.
Wow. All right, we'll go to the final minute 22. Todd, Gary, some final thoughts here down the stretch. What do you think? The keys to the moment here.
I tell you what, Wilson exerted himself there. More importantly, Cedar Crest is struggling with that trap. Gary?
Wilson's gotten caught in tweener land here. We are not quite sure if it's time to score or it's time to kind of hang on to it. The free throw shooting's failing him right now down the stretch as well, and I think that's really a problem. So good time out here, I think, to really try to set up what you want to do. And I think it's going to involve number 3 or number 33 really driving to the basket and opening something up or getting a layup.
And I think Coach Sutton's right. I want the ball in Horn's hands. I want to get a nice set out of here. I want to bring somebody off the double. I want to look inside of Udy if I can get Udy back on the floor.
York has gone on a 13-3 run since 6:23 left in the fourth. 13-3 run. Look at the last basket. Evan Horn will inbound.
You know, what do? You go for the last shot, guys, or you take the next best available? I think that's what they're doing.
Miller, offensive foul.
Chris Fultz was all over that, the official on the baseline.
Jair Wilson, another big charge. Not only can he block shots, but look at here. Takes a charge.
Held his ground. Good call.
You know what, as we talk about a player for the game for York, I know we'd seen the threes from Shiflett, but you got to go with the guy that's taking charges, rebounding, and finishing around the basket.
And Nick Miller, who's hit a lot of big shots, has also fouled out.
Guys, I was talking to Gary. I missed Udy's 5th foul, and that was a big point. Gary, your thought?
Right now, if York offensively coming down to their possession, we want to keep the ball in the hands of Shiflett and Wilson. Something good in a two-man game between the two of those guys.
1 minute left.
They're happy with the last shot. Troy Sowers loves this opportunity to have the last shot.
This is a big moment here. This is a big moment.
I would just keep it right there. He doesn't have to do anything. As long as the guy's not up on him, you don't have to do a thing.
Gonna make that drive. Drive under control. That's a lot of ground to cover.
I would keep the ball in Shiflett's hand. He's a sure hands guy. Jair does not need to go anywhere.
Wilson. York basketball. 20 seconds left.
We were taught in college to go at 8.
With all the time that was left, it might have been wise to foul Jair Wilson on top. He hasn't shot free throws real well today.
Shiflett 4 or 5 on those threes. Well, we're going to go to overtime again. Hey, if we have it, I want to show you what's going to happen here right after this game is over, which is an unbelievable turnaround. The crew here does an incredible job of turning this arena around. They're going to break the court down and set up for hockey. We lost our monitor here. I'm not quite sure if we're seeing that clip or not, but they're going to break this down. They're going to play hockey here at 7 o'clock, and they'll break it down. There'll be another big crowd here for hockey coming up at 7 o'clock. Well, should I say that we've gone to overtime the last 2 years in this game?
Oh, I don't know, but we're going to be in trouble if we do with the cleanup crew around here.
No, they get this done fast. I've walked into a hockey arena here, and they're still putting the boards up often at 6 o'clock. They were doing that the last time for wrestling. Hopefully we'll finish before Sunday night. Huh? A lot of rain and snow coming, but here we go. The district title on the line, 52-all. York basketball. Watch.
Chris Johnson with the ball. Interesting decision here. He wants to take the big guy out there, get the last shot. Interesting. Take the big guy out high, go at 8. Smart. Oh,
Johnson.
He hit it. Chris Johnson. District title, York High. Oh, timeout.
No, did he call a time? I think he did. Do not celebrate just yet.
I think there should be at least 2.5 seconds left based on what.
All right, let's watch this again. Well, we can't see the clock up there, but
yeah, I looked at the clock as soon as I saw the coach's hand, and I saw about 2 to, and that's right, the refs have it right, 2.8. I thought 2.5. That's a lot more time than they had the other night to work with.
That's an eternity.
Yeah, there it is.
Hey, guys, this is exactly what they did, you know, against Central York. The 2.8 seems like 9-10 seconds for these guys.
Yeah, remember,
1.7 seconds against Central York. They threw it the late, but it got one dribble and a lay-in. But right now, if you're York High, you basically want to make them come back and get the basketball, so they have to turn around and put it on the floor. It's going to be interesting to see how they play it. If you're York High, you have one timeout left. You may see how they set up and then reset, call your timeout, and go back over and set up how you want to play this defensively. Let's see.
Well, but there's no Andrew Udy, guys. There's no Andrew Udy.
All right, Cedar Crest will call the play, and you're right, Andrew Udy's fouled out. So now we'll see.
2 possible comeback wins. I would catch it here and call a quick timeout.
York wants to talk it over.
I'll tell you what, that's Jair Wilson back there. That long pass isn't working with Jair Wilson.
What about a pass to half court? Here, timeout, get it on the sideline.
That's what I would go
I mean, you might lose a second, but you have plenty of time to get a good shot off.
Yeah.
As opposed to heaving it and hoping that way. Todd?
Here's what I really think. I think Gary agrees with me. I think they're using this as a decoy. I do not think they're going the same direction. I wouldn't throw it to the same place. Here's what's great about Horn. Horn can throw this pass flat-footed. When I watch him throw it, he'll throw it anywhere. Look for him to go to the sideline, and you got 1 dribble, 2 dribbles, and pull up.
Well, guys,
3 seconds is an eternity.
Yeah, and there's no timeouts left for the York Bearcats, but look for Cedar Crest to possibly use a timeout right away here.
They still have 2. They still have 2, and they've got 2.8 seconds to work with. A 3 would win it.
Important that York does not foul.
Yes.
Right here. Very important.
This should be interesting. I need to stand up and watch this one.
Evan Horn to inbound. Gonna call time again.
We saw that coming.
Yep. Well, they're juggling and wondering and positioning.
The bottom line is York cannot allow Cedar Crest to catch and quick timeout because you could still have 2 seconds left. They cannot allow that. They got to pick up a couple guys up front, leave a core of 3 here in the back. Who knows? Well, that's why we're sitting here, and that's why they're coaching. Whatever, right?
Absolutely.
Oh, man, thank the viewers at home here, man, for twittering us, tweeting, whatever you call it.
Tweeting, all
Facebooking,
that. Yeah.
emailing, texting. My battery died on my phone, so if you're at home and texting me and realizing I'm not responding, there's a reason, and it's your fault, guys, at home. So
2.8 left. Cedar Crest, a chance to tie or win. Horn to that point. I stepped in the line. Wow. What a tough break for Cedar Crest. Now, what are they Brent Lawson's discussing it.
Yes, turnover.
Yeah, York ball. Kind of hard. Yeah,
that's tough.
Yeah, it's tough call. York to inbound.
Game
York, and we got a foul.
York
That's it.
wins.
The York Bearcats celebrate the boys' Quad A title. Wow.
Well, hats off to Cedar Crest here for the game that they played. Having to play, guys, the last 5 minutes with the guy that was getting you, Andrew Udy, was a tough blow to their team. Last 4 minutes.
What a great game, and look at the fans. They all slapping 5 with their team, and great sportsmanship there on the part of both these teams as always. And the York fans are going to get a great ride home down I-83.
Jair Wilson gave a big hug to Andrew Udy. They played AAU ball together. These kids have these relationships. They respect one another. And they also realize that Andrew Udy being out of the game, he opened up a big door.
Wow.
Medal ceremony when we come back. Great finish. York High wins the Quad A title 54-52. Now more from Advanced Hoops, Charlie and Todd.
I walk into the gym here at Advanced Hoops, and one of the first things I see is a board with fundamental principles. Square up to the basket, dribbling baseline, causes turnovers. Can you talk a little bit about how that has advanced players? It's helped coaches in the capital area with these specific directions that you give here at Advanced Hoops.
Yeah, the 5-on-5 instructional piece in our program is one of those programs that came as the program built. And it was, again, it was just based on feedback from parents and our coaches that we wanted to get some time with the kids after teaching them how to shoot, after working on their ball handling confidence, their point guard skills. We wanted to see them in the 5-on-5 setting. So it came up with 9 rules that focus on fundamental aspects of the game. We even have spacing boxes for the kids on the court. You know, as coach, you want the kids spacing is a big thing, moving without the ball, catching and facing in the triple threat position. So that part of the program evolved out of necessity to try to teach kids how to become more fundamental and more confident with their shooting in the 5-on-5 setting. Because one of our rules is if a player catches it and they're open and they don't shoot it, it's a turnover. So we found that this 5-on-5 instructional system has worked for anywhere from 5th grade all the way up to 12th graders.
For the full interview, go to advancedhoops.com.
Our Pac Financial post-game show, and what a great game it was. Boys Quad A championship. Both of these teams will go on to the state playoffs, and Cedar Crest obviously gave it. Boy, do they put their heart into this game. And they've just played 2 tremendous games. The semifinals, the finals. Andrew Udy's shot in the semifinals to get them here. Look at our final stats. Field goals, York 18 of 43. Cedar Crest was 19 of 43. Free throws, York, that was the difference. 17 to 12 there. Rebounds even, blocks were even, turnovers were even. Score was almost even. Great game. And both these teams will now move on to the state playoffs as they begin coming up next weekend. Ron Kennedy, the District 3 chairman, passing the medals along. We will listen in momentarily as the York names are read. Talk about a great crowd here as well.
Talk about a great game. I mean, wow. The Bearcats really, I mean, they've had a lot of adversity this year. They've lost a number of games they normally win. And look, they're getting crowned with the gold today. This is a beautiful moment for York, a beautiful moment for York County, and a beautiful moment for the Bearcats.
In front of 4,400, let's listen in to Bob Schellenberg as he makes the announcement for the gold medals.
District 3 Quad A champion, York High Bearcats. Head coach Troy Sauer will present the medals. We'll begin with the players, Jacques Cassiano, Nathan Delmonte, Isaiah Carter, Damon Banks, Henry Faber, Jashawn Maddox, Stephen Dixon, Brandon Smallwood, DeMonte Shaw, Trey Shiflett, Guy Hare Wilson, Christopher Johnson. The manager, Victoria Smith. Athletic director, Joe Chiotti. The principal, Keith Steele. And now the coaching staff. Assistant coaches, Dave Graybill, Carmela Cassiano, Bernie Baxter, Clovis Gallen, manager, Mr. Sam Miller. At this time, captains, we need the York High captains to please come to midcourt. As Mr. Sam Miller now presents the 2014 M&T Bank District 3 Championship Trophy to the Bearcats of York High.
And the York High Bearcats celebrate. What a week it was for York, huh, Gary?
Oh, I'll tell you what, 6 teams in this year in the finals for York. It's the second most they've ever had. But this game here, you think about York High, a 13-point lead for Cedar Crest at one point in time. York High could afford to be relentless the whole time because they were behind. Their first lead came when they won the game. For Cedar Crest at that 4-minute mark, when Udi went out, I thought that was a big one because Wilson could now be open on the inside. And I thought also that they got into tweener land, which means do we protect the lead or do we keep on playing to try to win? They missed a couple of foul shots. That hurt them. Didn't really hit any of their threes. So all of a sudden now they started to doubt a little bit their offense. And when you do that and you're in that position, it is tough when the other team is just has their foot on the pedal the whole way.
Well, a lot of great pride. And, Sam, what a great moment for your school, huh?
Absolutely. The Bearcats, my boy Damani Shaw just came over and gave me 5, man. It's a great moment for York, man. It's York, because you have my connection with New Hope, my connection with the York High Bearcats, man. This is an exciting moment for York.
That's terrific. All right, we're going to have our player of the game coming up in just a moment here as our Brenner family dealerships, and we've got more than one. Got more than one here.
Tell you what, was it amazing, that last call that they made, Troy Sowers, with Chris Johnson. But I'm sure you talked about it, Sam. I didn't have it ear set on during the game, but Chris Johnson, the son of Kassan Jenkins, who won 2 state championships, and you give it to a guy who hasn't shot the ball a whole lot in the game, and say, let's go one-on-one, young man, and pull it up. It kind of reminds you of Michael Jordan against Georgetown, pulling up on that one shot at the end. Except that was Michael Jordan. This was Chris Johnson.
That was a terrific moment. We're going to gather some of the players over here who have all gotten our kind of player of the game here with Todd McCall. We'll get him over here off the court.
Wow, amazing moment there for Johnson. Like you said, what kind of pedigree is that? Kassan Jenkins, he was made for this moment.
All right, Todd will bring them over one at a time and take it away. It's all yours.
All right, I'm here with the player of the game. They're coming in. They're starting to gather them as we speak. But I'm here with Trey Shiplett. We call him Big Shot Trey. Trey, you hit a couple early on, big-time shots when you need it. And down the stretch, you were really the guy that needed to have the ball in the hands. Talk about what your team did today. This is a special victory.
We just wanted to come out and execute our game plan. And first half, we came out a little slow, went to halftime down 9. And we talked in the locker room like, we still got 16 minutes, a 13-minute game. And we didn't put our heads down. We just came out and fought to the end of the game, and that's what it took.
You guys were here last year. Came up a little short to Harrisburg in a very tough game, a game which went back and forth. You, a sophomore, right, coming in and getting a goal, what does it feel like to just kind of get what we say bittersweet revenge, right?
Well, it feels great. Coming into the game, I just thought, take it as any other and don't do nothing different. Just play my game and set others up. My role is to just to control the tempo and just run the floor.
All right, and last but not least, now you guys go on to states. You got a happy bus on the way home. How long will it take till you celebrate till you start going back to work?
Probably tonight, and that's it. We got to get right back Monday. Tomorrow, take a day off, and a whole week of practice and be ready for Saturday.
All right, Trey. Greg, we got Mr. Johnson coming over here. Now, I know when you guys, when York High drew it up, just like you expected, you knew that shot was going down when it left. Did it feel good when it left?
Yes, it really did.
What did coaches say to you in that timeout? Like when you took that timeout, you came back, and I wasn't sure who was going to have the ball in the hands, but it was in your hands. Can you take me through step by step?
I hit big shots. I'm glad my teammates and coaches believed in me. When I got the ball, I see my defender backing up, and me knowing I'm a good shooter, I just raised up.
When you raised up, where do you think you actually got? I had a bad angle on it. Maybe some people at home had a bad angle. Where do you think you exactly pulled up on it from that spot?
From the elbow.
Right from the elbow, like you've done it all your life.
Yes.
And
that shot all day.
You came back and got a victory here. Last year, you guys come up short. What's this mean to York and the York community?
It's a big thing because our city was really hurting from last year's district loss, and I was just glad to give us another one.
All right, we're going to let you go, Mr. Johnson. Big Shot Johnson right there. All right, Greg, just an elated team. York's really having a nice celebration here. We have the New Hope victory, now the York High victory. Greg, it's a special. This is why they call it the sweetest place on earth.
And very excited, obviously. Sam, what great momentum for York as well as they head into the state playoffs.
Absolutely. I mean, their best basketball is still ahead of them because I don't say they didn't have a perfect game tonight. They just battled and fought, and they just been getting better and better and better. So who knows? Maybe they'll be in a state championship game.
All right, Gary, what a great tournament. My gosh, what a tremendous, the whole thing from start to finish. And you say that a lot, and you say, well, sometimes, it's okay. This was great from start to finish.
Girls and boys basketball the whole way through. And I'll tell you what, if you're looking at the health of basketball in District 3, it is doing fine. Thank you very much. And this was the exclamation point on a wonderful sentence of great basketball here during the district season. And now what's fun is you end Season 2, and now you get ready for Season 3 that starts next week.
All right. Gary, thanks so much this year for working with us. And Sam, good to have you with us again. Congratulations to your team. We thank you very much. And thanks to all the folks in the truck from Invicta, Chad Edwards, who has led our crew. And this has been a marathon for these guys. So thanks for all the great work for putting on all the great pictures as well. Our statisticians, Travis Sparks, Jim Gallagher, throughout the year. Thanks to all of our sponsors. We'll be back next year with more football and basketball. We'll have highlights of all the games, post-game reaction. I'll be back at 6 o'clock on ABC 27 News. Now, for Todd McCall, Sam Sutton, Gary Sutton, Charlie Fortney, Greg Mace, saying goodnight from Giant Center as the York Bearcats win the boys' Quad A title.